strangers to scandal. Opie and Anthony on satellite radio. Show's hosts Anthony Camilla and Greg Opie here.
Opie and Anthony apologizing for yet another raunchy
comment profanity-laced rap. Is this the last straw for the raunchy radio duo?
Shut up! Get us back to the funny.
But first, let's play this. People understand we don't belong on radio, right?
Satellite radio douchebags? I take that as like a compliment.
Yes, we suck a dick.
Sorry to everybody out there.
This is fucking satellite fuck dick radio.
Holy shit.
What a great show.
We heard you!
I don't want to make everyone feel bad, but you know this is what old people sit around and do.
Kitty porn, semen squirting, and shooting up the job.
Oh, what the fuck?
This morning has been, I feel like I'm on Jerry Springer.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Good morning.
Hi. There we are.
Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show. You know, I didn't get to see the end of the Jets-Dolphins game.
No.
I had to go to bed. I was exhausted from my weekend back in my old college.
Yeah, what was it, like old college week?
It was old college week. It was downright depressing.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What was it like just too much time gone by?
Oh, yeah, way too
looking
much.
like, shit.
Way too much fucking time went by. But Geneseo's the type of town where nothing changes as far as the buildings go.
Yeah.
They don't change out the signs. They don't change out nothing. So you walk through this environment, and it brings you right back. Like you feel like you're in a time machine. It's really weird.
A DeLorean?
I wish. But the people that come back thinking they're in the time machine. Oh, boy.
They say you can't go home.
I was able to go home for many years, but I don't think I'm going home anymore.
Now that's it.
I think I'm done with homecoming.
What was...
I had 50-year-old guys offering me cocaine. I'm like, no, thank you.
Are they still doing that?
One guy goes, I got you covered. I'm like, covered for what? If you want to do some rails. I'm like, how old are we? I'm not doing rails. I barely had beers. I was nursing beers all weekend because I can't drink like I used to.
We're going to the bathroom, do a bump.
They're in their 50s. I go, do you realize you're in the heart attack
Your
zone?
heart's going to stop.
So on top of being in the official heart attack zone where the most heart attacks happen, you're going to chance it even more by doing cocaine? Leave me alone.
Co-fucking-cane.
Should have seen if anybody had any wacky tobacco.
Wow,
That's a party.
Watch out.
Unbelievable.
Kind of a toke.
Yeah. Go out and smoke some reefer sticks.
I guess they like to party like, like they're still in college or something. I don't know.
Like it's 1979.
For them, anyway. Yeah, they're a little older.
Damn.
The fuck?
Yeah, that's fucking hysterical when you see people that just have not moved on at all.
And then I got a guy, who's trying to take care of the fraternity house. And I go up there to maybe see some familiar faces, just kind of hang out. And he's hitting me up for money all weekend. Leave me the fuck alone.
Wait, what's he do?
He's like, he's an old fraternity brother that has decided he needs to continue being a fraternity brother well into his 40s.
Oh.
So what does he do?
And he sort of is trying to get the house together. But you walk through the fraternity house, and it looks like it's condemned. I'm like, what? Really?
Animal House?
And you're hitting me up for money? Go fuck yourself.
Wait. I don't know. He works at the school, or is he like an alumni?
No, he doesn't. He gave himself a title. Like, I'm the guy that's going to try to get this house back together. So pay me.
But aren't people living in it?
Yeah.
Do they know he's there? Do they like?
I know.
He doesn't live there. He comes down a lot.
And then, are they tired of him?
Not really.
Are they tired of him?
But he's hitting me up for money because, I've done well for myself. I'm like, well, if it looked like the house has been worked on in the last 20 years, then maybe I would be more willing to, open up the old fucking bank book.
Yeah,
Was he asking?
Leave me the fuck alone.
Was he asking? How much was he asking for?
I'll buy a keg for the new brothers, which I did. But I'm not writing checks until it looks like the money's actually going into the house.
We could really use some wallpaper and paint and carpeting.
Right. There's only like 10 brothers living in the house. When I was going there was easily 30 living in the house. Half the rooms are filled with junk now.
Like a hoarder's house?
It's starting to look kind of hoarderish.
Oh, boy.
And I know a bunch of the older brothers have done the right thing, and they've tried to redo some stuff, and they have done some stuff. But it's getting closer to being condemned. This thing, and he's asking me for money all weekend. Every time I saw him, I'm like, leave me the fuck alone.
How would he ask you? Like, what was he saying? Hey, you.
I still haven't got what was the word he used? A considerable donation from you yet.
How about sperm?
Leave a deuce on the floor.
Yeah, not even just a donation. If I had $100 in my pocket, so I'm here. Go ahead. Hand over cash to a guy.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll go right into the house.
Who knows? Like, just leave me the fuck alone. I'm here just hanging out.
Guy's got a hell of a scam going on. It doesn't seem like there's any accountability to what he's doing. He just grabs up some money and the place is still falling apart.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice. But it was fun walking those streets again. It's a little weird though. Some of the girls coming up to me going, "Remember me?" And I'm like, "Whoa, whoa."
They're hey, oh yeah, whose mom were you? That's what it turns into.
Right.
It's like when you see people you knew either live or in Facebook or something, it's like, oh, and here's me and my family. Here's my daughter. And you're like, your daughter looks like you did.
Yeah.
And you look like your mom did.
Yeah. It was a good time, though. I had tweeted some old composite photos. Did you see the photos?
Oh, I saw that yearbook photo thing.
Did you see the one with the mustache?
I couldn't get beyond the yearbook photo one, but I got to see the mustache one.
Jimmy, did you see the old...
I did. I saw the...
I went into the chapter room where they have the old composites of guys that were at this fraternity, and I've been gone so long that I'm like, I think I'm 1 year away from being... the composite being thrown out, I guess.
Oh, really?
Because I don't know.
Wait, they don't go on...
the fraternity's been there for almost 60 years or 50-something years. And they either go in the attic or in the garbage pail. I don't know. One of my composites was on the floor. I had to kind of put it up against the wall so I could take the picture.
Why would they do that? They should
classic.
keep those.
Huh?
They should keep those. There's something interesting about like that. I would find. Oh, that was obviously into the horse's ass section.
That is classic.
That's horrendous. What was that? Your pedophilia mugshot? That's terrible.
It's horrendous.
The good thing is you're surrounded by other horrendous photos.
Well, yeah. At least I was trying to go with the style of the day.
Oh, brother.
Look at that one without the mustache. They're on my Twitter, Opie Radio.
How are you not just raped constantly by larger men? You were pretty.
Yeah.
Who's the creep to your right?
Oh my God, is he awful?
Jesus, Frederick.
That's Stork. That's one of my good friends.
Oh my God, that's Stork.
That's one of my good friends to this day. You've met him over the years.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was.
He's
him.
one of the only guys I really keep in touch with.
He
actually.
needed a haircut.
Are any of them dead?
Well, yeah.
Some of them are. Few.
Tragic.
I lost my little brother to a little accident. Possibly drinking and driving.
Oh. What's your little brother, a guy you sponsored to get in?
Yeah, you all get little brothers of mine after he graduated, coming home from a possible Mack truck. Yeah, very depressing, actually, so thanks for bringing it up.
Well, I like to know because I look at high school photos and think that, and, he's dead. Yeah. I'm interested. I would look at actually old photos like that. I don't know why, but I wouldn't even want to look at those. I want to look at the ones from like 1951. Mm-hmm. It's weird because everybody in that. You ever look at pictures like that and go, everybody in this photo, this was their youth and they're dead now, or they're. It's just a really weird, like sad, helpless feeling I get when I look at those old photos.
I think it was in a Chuck Palahniuk book I was reading, and he referenced how like he was watching an old show or something, or the character was whatever, and he said everybody in that laugh track is dead. Kind of similar to what you know.
That's what
I think it was a Chuck Palahniuk book. I'm not sure, but
I was watching an old You Bet Your Life. You Bet Your Life. You ever see that?
Yeah, I mean, overdone clips, sure.
And it's the show is ancient, of course. Groucho Marx hosted it, and they used to pan the audience, and you just look and go, every one of those people are dead, and probably have been for many years.
It's weird when you look at, like, if I'm in a club and I'm doing like, say, classic comedy club, like Punchline Atlanta, that's been there for 25 years.
And they have all the
old headshots.
Right.
And I'll walk around in between shows or at the end of the night and look at some of those headshots, which you know are from 1986. This guy middled here once or emceed here once, and it's an awful. And I'm like, what happened to that person?
Where'd he go?
Because from then until now, I don't know who he is. So he'd never made it.
Yeah,
you know.
But if you look at the headshot, he thought he was going to make it.
Oh my God!
At that time,
he was happy to be there as they were, taking his photo that day.
Bill Fredrickson,
right?
Bound for stardom.
And it's like, what? Like, that guy's feelings and dream was as real as mine. What happened to him?
What happened to him is right.
What is he doing right now?
Yeah.
Is he telling people, like, yeah, I used to, or did he get a writing gig, or did he kill himself?
That would be very interesting to find out what happened to those guys.
Track down some headshots.
Yeah.
Good documentary.
I was thinking that. Yes, I claim it. Jim Norton. It's my idea.
Jim
with the help
Norton.
of Opie and Anthony, of course.
I have a camera.
Did you see?
No, I mean, no, out there,
I
you
need.
could steal it, but no one else there can.
You see the picture of the fraternity house? It's a really cool house on the top, on top of the hill.
Till you go inside.
And if real money was put into it, I guess maybe I should be the first. I don't know, to put real money into it.
Well, not give it to fucking crazy grubbing money guy.
I mean, I know he's trying to do the right thing because now I'm going
Is he
to
though?
I'm going to hear about this. I know he's trying to do the right thing, but
Oh, he doesn't. He's a creep. He
But I
probably
mean-
smells the couches after the boys get off him.
but I mean, if it's homecoming weekend and most of the people are kind of partying. And you're supposed to just hand cash to this guy.
That seems a little odd.
Maybe we could set up a better way.
Yeah, like a fund.
Like a foundation.
A foundation.
I think there is a
right.
foundation.
Right.
Now I'm just fucking around for the radio
Not
purposes.
just
but
some guy. That's hysterical. Yeah.
but yeah, I saw he was taking, money donations. Maybe he is doing the right thing.
Yeah, maybe.
In between being really
Skimming a little
shit-faced.
off
I don't
the
know.
top.
I don't know.
Shit-faced, just grabbing cash from people.
Right.
Yeah, this will go right into the house.
Right. I don't know. Who knows? But and then I flew home yesterday.
And your arms are
exhausted. Dude, I had to give up my fucking seat yesterday.
Why?
Do you give up your seat? Do you give up your
Only to a white man. I'll get to the back of the plane.
I was on
Rosa Hughes. He refused to give up his seat.
Rosa.
I walked down to my seat. It was 9D looking, and I saw ahead of time like there's a woman sitting in my goddamn seat. Right? So I get there, and now there's a guy sitting next to her. I'm like, do you have 9D? Because sometimes
Sure.
you both have the same fucking seat. He goes, no, I don't. I'm like, okay. As in, get the fuck up. Because I'm tired. I like window seats. I was getting a fucking nap on the way home. And all of a sudden, he's like, they're already seated. They pretty much have their seatbelts on. And they're like, do you mind if you move seats so I could sit next to my girl? I'm like...
Was it 3 seats across?
Oh, no, it's Rochester, New York.
All right, 2 seats.
and Breyer, 2 and 1.
So they needed 2, and you had a...
I'm a 1. I went by, I went up there by myself this time around.
All right. Yeah.
And they're sitting already, so you have to say no. Of course you mind. And I want to say, yeah, I mind.
Well, where
I
was
want
he
to put
sitting?
my head up against the window and snooze. He was sitting in a shitty aisle seat next to an old broad right behind where I was sitting.
I'd be like, okay, but if this plane starts going down, you're sucking my dick. Just grab your girl's head.
Because that whole do you mind? And then someone goes, well, if someone did that for you and your wife, you'd be happy. Yeah. Of course. But when you have to be the one giving up your seat, you're not happy. That's how it works in this world, but no one wants to talk about it. If someone does the right thing for you, you're really happy. But if you have to do the right thing for someone else, you're not happy. Not many people are happy in that situation.
Like yesterday when somebody asked me to switch and I didn't, and I never say no. I was in an aisle seat, and it was an old guy, and his wife was next to me, and he goes, do you want a window over? And I'm like, I'd rather not. He goes, okay. But the guy next to him switched, so they sat together.
Right.
But had it come down to him not being able to sit next to her, I actually would have. I'll always trade an aisle for an aisle, but I won't trade an aisle for a window.
Yeah,
because
you're
I'm
an aisle guy.
I piss 10 times a flight. It's embarrassing.
It also depends how long the flight is. If you're going from New York to L.A., then I understand a little more. This is a 45-minute flight.
Yeah.
You can't be, you have to sit next to your girl for 45 minutes?
Depends.
Get out of my seat!
Depends if you're a new couple.
They look like a middle-of-the-road couple.
Yeah?
Not new, not old.
Lovey-dovey.
Kind of just going through the motions.
If you're lovey-dovey, then you got to sit next to the chick. And
Right.
I think when I don't have my seats like taken care of, early if I'm traveling with somebody.
Right.
It's too much pressure and stress for me. I'm like, I don't know. And then I'm sitting there going, I got to change with that guy. I got to ask somebody. I just freak out.
Right.
It's too much pressure.
I would always switch if I had to for someone to sit with their travel partner, like their wife or their chick. Yesterday, I didn't want to give it up, but had the other guy said no, I saw one guy being a ball breaker. It was a black couple. They were young. They had a baby. And they were being very nice, trying to sit together. And the guy was tall. He didn't want to give up an aisle for a window. All right. But then she got him another aisle. He goes, well, I don't want this one because he didn't want the first one. Like, he was being such a fucking jerk off.
Yeah. That's the worst.
Oh, I wanted to punch him.
Look, if it's a short flight, I never ask. If it's a long flight, I certainly have asked. Yes, of course I have. But this was a dumb, quick flight, and I wanted to get a little snooze. I can't snooze in an aisle seat. I need my head against something.
And then I
can't just have it bouncing around and try to nap. I need it, like, stationary.
So you and I would switch wonderfully because I always want an aisle. You always want a window.
Love window seats.
We got to call ourselves the Travel Companion Kids. Should be our nicknames.
And I'm not flying anymore because Continental they turn off the AC. How much? What are they saving money? How much money can you save?
I know.
You know what I'm talking about,
While you're
right?
sitting on the plane waiting, it's fucking
sitting
horrible.
on the plane. Everyone has boarded. You're not taking off from the gate yet.
Oh my God!
And all of a sudden, everyone, not just one person, everyone's like, AC, it's getting a little hot in here. And they're like, not until we start pulling away. That's their new policy.
Oh, great.
Dude, this plane was so hot and so fucking stuffy. It was packed.
Do they have to fuck everybody at every turn?
And then as soon as the plane pulled in and they were having a problem getting the whatever connected to the whatever, they turned off the AC too. As soon as they stopped the plane, they turned off the AC
fucking
now.
assholes.
So you're fucking dying in there.
What is that?
And I'm not an AC guy. I could care less for the most part, but it was fucking hot.
That's why I've stopped being loyal to I fly other airlines now because the customer service with Continental got to be so enragingly indifferent that when they wanted to fly me on American on a much better plane on a much better flight and they were paying for it, I'm like, fine.
And American's good, but then yesterday, my girl has a problem on American flying back to L.A. She's in business class, right?
Ooh.
And then she goes to put her carry-on above her seat, like normal civilized human being does in business or first. And it's full because some couple in front used the carry-on bin above her. That's like what? So the fucking stew made her take her bag like 10 rows back into coach and put her bag there. It's like part of being in business or first is the ability to grab your shit and get the fuck off the plane before the riffraff is sitting there and making you stand on a line that takes a half an hour to get off because no one knows how to get their shit out in time. I'm
surprised they didn't put it because like planes have those little closets. Yeah. Sometimes they could put it. Maybe was it a big plane?
No, she said the fucking flight attendant was a cunt. 767.
Oh, big plane, yeah.
Big plane, fucking business class. You're supposed to be able to take your shit, pop it right above your head, or if not above your head, at least in one of the bins that are still in business class.
Did she get on late?
No. It was fucking ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it was a black couple that took her bin.
Which makes it so much...
Made it even worse.
Makes it much
What do you
better
mean, in business class?
I know.
Get me American on the phone.
I was very upset.
Yeah, I guess you could have problems on an airline.
I know, because they were all just fucking fuckwads. Hey, I heard a stat this morning that their fees are up like over 100%. Their fees that... Because certain airlines, you got to pay for the seats, like we were talking about, the bulkhead seats and emergency row, carry-on bags. They're charging for that. They're making money now. Don't bullshit us. We understood after 9/11. We took all the shit. We fucking paid extra for this or that.
And
we
fuel.
understood that you guys were fucked. And when the fuel went up, we understood. They're making money now like crazy.
It's a la carte.
I sat next to a guy who was an expert on Continental. I don't know how he knew so much, but the loud guy who switched with the people next to me and sat next to me,
right?
He was like one of those guys who talks from a point of authority.
Oh,
but he was entertaining. He was older, and he just starts in. Continental got fucked in this merger.
Oh, really?
It's the United merger. He goes, yeah, that asshole, meaning Obama. He goes, his stupid, who's somebody, Eric Holder, the Attorney General, would never have signed on it, because it's Chicago. And, if Continental buys United, then a lot of jobs have to leave Chicago and go to Houston. So they wouldn't have approved it unless it was United buying Continental, and all those jobs are going to Chicago. He made a lot of sense, but he was one of those guys. He goes, that's what you get when you elect a Harvard guy. I'm like, well, he goes, I hate Harvard. I hate Harvard.
This guy was
You can't say I hate Harvard.
full of piss and vinegar.
Dude,
Right.
but he knew what he was talking. He was talking
That's
about the
awesome.
old airline guys.
Yeah.
Like, when Gordon Bethune was here running the airline, and he goes, and then that guy before him, that fucking jack off. I used to write to the CO about him. Oh, he was the greatest.
This guy just knows everything.
Dude, he was just... I wish I could put into words what joy I got from this cranky fat man, who I agreed with about half of what he said.
Sure.
There was no way I was going to debate him because I was enjoying him too much.
That's
I finally had
great.
to put my headphones on and watch The Dark Knight. I couldn't take him anymore.
You're done.
But it was great. I hate Harvard. It was so unnecessary.
Yeah.
But he did.
Hey, I also had a Fight Club moment, which it fucking ruled. Ooh. I'll explain. I had to get a car when I went to Rochester, right? And at the counter, it was Avis. Sorry, Avis, you're going to get fucking spanked right now. They go for, we got a special running for $10 more a day. We'll put you in a full SUV. Because usually when you get an SUV, it's a car. That looks like an SUV. It's very low to the ground,
Yeah.
And I like being up high, so I'm like, yeah, I'll take that. That's nice. So
You get used to that.
So they give me a Ford Explorer. I get in. Well, first of all, I walk up to my car. It has Massachusetts plates. I'm like, that's a little weird. And then I get inside. There's pen marks on the passenger side door, and it smells like someone was chain smoking their ass off in the car. And I don't
hate that.
And I actually support smokers. I don't like cigarette smoke. I don't want to smoke none of that shit. It drives me nuts when I do actually smell it. And I'm like, I was getting sick in this car, but the line was forever, and I wanted to just get the fuck out of there. So I'll just deal with it, guy, and I just took off for the weekend. So I come back, and I'm like, I got a bitch as I'm turning in the car. So I pop out, and there's a kid there, and he's and I go, hey man, I gotta tell you, I'm just not happy with the service Avis gave me. This car, it's obvious someone was chain smoking their ass off, and I hate cigarette smoke. I'm borderline allergic to it. Blah blah blah. And I go, I'm sure there's nothing I could do, but I guess I just needed a bitch. He goes, hey man, I'm listening to you right now in my car.
Oh no.
Fan of the show. And he goes, there's absolutely something I could do. And he goes, the most I could take off is $50. I go, so it's like a Fight Club thing, because no one else would have gave me this deal.
He winked.
And he had that, the electronic thing. He goes, look, this is the best I could do. And he goes, there you go, $50 off for your complaint. Have a nice day. So I tipped him very nicely and said,
$50 off, sir.
That's how I felt.
Well, you couldn't get a new car, though? Like another car?
I could have if I went back in and got back on the line. But for some reason, to rent a car, it takes forever. What the fuck are you doing? Here's my license. Scan it and give me my goddamn car.
Yeah.
I don't know why it takes so long.
About to give you a fucking shit car like that.
It
though.
was
like to give anybody a fucking. Who's getting that car?
Yeah, you had to notice that it was like, someone chain smoking. But it was a Fight Club moment. The guy, as I'm bitching, he didn't recognize. I think he recognized my voice. He goes, "I'm listening to you right now." In between,
It's because you were bitching.
Yeah, probably. Probably. Because there's absolutely something I could do.
Be funny if he shot you. He was a Stern fan.
Oh shit!
Absolutely. Like, wow, this is kind of Fight Clubbish. I like
nice.
this. You take care of me a little, and the savings you gave me, I push right back to you a little bit.
Usually
we
they
both
get
make out in the end.
Usually, rental places have pretty good fucking cars.
I've
Like,
never had
you
a
know.
problem with renting a car, but I haven't done Avis in a long time.
Get
So
in luxury.
they get
nice.
a failing grade from me this weekend.
Wow.
Oh yeah, they do.
I don't even think I have like a rental service that I use. It's like Avis or Hertz, whatever the fuck is there.
And I didn't even notice this. He goes, "Yeah, most people ignore this," and he points to a sticker that's right on the driver's side window. Big no smoking fucking line through it thing.
Yeah.
Because they ignore that. But I'm thinking if you're checking the car back in, someone's got to notice that
Someone's gonna check.
that the smoke is just horrendous.
And
in
it
the
usually
car.
says something like $200 fine if you're smoking in the car for cleaning.
So
cocksuckers. Cocksuckers.
So that leads to going home last night and being a little too tired to make the whole Jets game, and the Jets beat the Dolphins last night.
What time did you fly? Because I know Kenny was saying that you wanted to change it, but it was a hassle.
I wanted out of there, and I wanted to be on the first flight out of Rochester, and I couldn't do it. And then I tried to change planes, and the lady's like, "That'll be $321." And I guess I could have paid the $321, but out of principle,
Change
I'm like,
planes?
"That's fucking ridiculous." No, just change flights.
How much time
Change
would you have
flights?
saved?
Like 3 hours. I probably should have done it, but it just frustrates me what they do to us. What's all you have to do? You got the computer in front of me. Take me off this plane and put me on the last seat on the early flight. Why does that cost $321? Seriously,
It's true.
It's just another.
It's
just another way to make money.
I mean, when you look at it
so
like
out
that,
of principle, I just couldn't do it. I have the money, yes, but out of principle, I can't do it.
You know what it's like? All they have to say is, all right, fly yourself. Go ahead. Start flapping your arms and see how far you get, asshole. We have you by the balls.
And they know they have you.
Yes.
Right.
They know it.
Well, where's my savings because they decided to turn the AC off? We should all get a couple bucks as we're leaving the plane for understanding that we had a sweat in that plane.
I can't believe they're doing that. That I haven't heard of
Oh,
yet.
yeah, it's so obvious, man.
Yes.
It was, Jimmy knows, it was so fucking hot that everyone was like, AC, not just one. There's always one asshole on the plane that needs everything.
Yeah.
But when it's more than one, there's obviously a problem. And they're used to hearing this because they're like, no, as soon as we pull out, we'll turn the AC on. And then it takes a while for the AC to kick in to cool off everybody in the plane.
Well, years
and
ago,
then as soon as the plane stops after it lands, they do the same thing. They turn that AC off immediately.
Continental could have had those DirecTV things on years ago because a guy who I happened to meet on the flight flew on JetBlue years ago and started writing letters to Gordon Bethune and telling him, Gordy,
Gordy,
you got to get these things. Your system stinks.
That guy.
Back and forth with the head of all in-flight entertainment. And the guy's like, no, our sets are like this. He's like, well, you win some, you lose some, but I'm telling you it's shit. One of those guys.
Yeah.
I think it's
my idol.
I think the air conditioning is run off of that little fucking jet engine that's right in the back. There's a little turbine jet engine that right at the back, if you look at the tail of any plane, they got that little exhaust-looking thing that the heat's always coming out of. Then that runs everything when the engines are shut off. And,
right, yeah.
And if they're shutting that fucking thing off to save fuel, I mean, give me a goddamn break. That's fucked.
I bet it saves them a couple of $100 a flight. Or so. I would love to know.
Yeah.
I bet you it's less than that.
Yeah.
A couple $100, you think? No way.
You just multiply it by whatever. That's
I would say maybe $100.
$100. How many flights think they do a day?
Because they're only
5, 10.
Oh, okay.
We had delays pulling away and also deplaning. But I bet you, that's only like turning the AC off for 5 minutes each way.
It's
tops. So
wow. Brutal. Motherfuckers.
So at least the Jets game, I was all in, and then I fucking just, it was one of those where I was out cold as the game was still on, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. But a couple things.
Jets win. By the way, I just want to let everybody
Red zone?
know. I bleed Jets green.
Oh, good.
So it was very good. Being a huge Jets fan, as I have been.
You should.
For the past, it's got to be 2 weeks.
The NFL is going to ruin it. Rex Ryan is such a fucking character, and the NFL is going to have to. They're going to have to give him the operation. They're going to have to give him the lobotomy scar. Yeah, because he's too out of control. He's cursing, and and he's got a team that is just filled with naughty guys, and the NFL can't handle that. I'm almost done with sports. I think I'm heading toward where Jimmy's at.
I fucking hate
because
them.
Sportscasters are the biggest fucking wimps in broadcasting. I don't know what happened to them, but
they're pussies.
They all got their balls fucking chopped off. Sportscasters, the sports guys on the local news, they're all a bunch of fucking pussies. I thought they would be the last ones to hang in there because they got us years ago.
Yeah.
And I talk about when we were on regular radio more than satellite, but they got us. They got most of us. And you would think the sports guys would hang in there being guys. They're not guys anymore.
Nah.
So a couple things from last night.
They're soccer moms. They're fucking soccer moms.
There were
yes.
two things during the pregame that drove me fucking nuts. This Tony Dungy's got to shut the fuck up. He really has to just. Why do they have him on TV? I know why, because he plays the part perfectly. They want a guy that doesn't have balls. but he basically is still pissed off that Rex Ryan is cursing a lot and stuff.
Why does he care?
Because he's a goody two-shoes.
The players curse.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone curses.
But that's
Just
where his
stop.
line is. He has a problem when people are using foul language
What a
in
douchebag.
football. And he had to say it again last night.
What did he say? What did fucking dummy say? Tony Dummy.
I don't have the exact quote, but I tweeted, "Who gives a shit about Rex Ryan's language, Tony Dungy? Chill the fuck out. Enough about his language. Who cares? Let's talk about the game. It's going to be a good game tonight, meaning yesterday."
You know what's going on behind the scenes in fucking every sport?
Right.
The debauchery, the fucking that's going
Yes.
on, the groupies, the drug use. Like, all this shit that's going on, and they love this surface, like, oh, naughty language. They're
Right.
trying to set an example for the children.
Right.
And stuff. It's like, when did it ever become that?
And then the league puts pressure on the Jets, and you know, if you're a football fan or a sports fan, you got to be fighting for Braylon Edwards not to, have to sit out anytime. I'm telling you right now, you got to fight for that no matter what team you're into. So the Jets felt the pressure, so they sit him for a quarter. What does that do? It's that fake, like, we're going to do something shit. They sat him for one quarter just to calm people down. And then other people are like, that's not good enough. They should suspend him.
For what?
And it leads to what drove me absolutely nuts last night. I wrote it down word for word. It was Rodney Harrison, who I learned a little bit about Rodney Harrison today. He does the pregame on NBC there, or whatever, Football Tonight, whatever they call that show. And we learned he was voted dirtiest player a couple times. I heard there was some steroid allegations with Rodney Harrison.
No.
So he's a bad boy. Okay?
Wasn't he voted twice by players and then once by anonymous coaches? So basically 3 times.
Right.
Twice by his peers and once by coaches who faced him.
This was the
dirtiest player.
This was the exact quote. I had to do rewind a few times because I didn't want to fuck up this quote. He said last night before the Jets-Dolphins game, winning is important, but setting that example to our youth across America is more important.
Than winning in football?
Yes.
Then
So-
why play the game?
Because everyone was talking about how Braylon Edwards, they couldn't believe he was playing, and then they were like, I can't believe he's only sitting a quarter. They wanted the guy suspended.
Ugh. And they don't really want him suspended. They just want to they want to say something that some faggot suit above them will go, hey, that was good what you said tonight.
Right.
I don't believe that he believes that.
No, he doesn't.
Right. But there's
No man would believe that.
No player believes that shit.
But this isn't just some asshole out there, some goody two-shoes asshole that's not really a sports fan. Right. This was on the pregame show. They're now announcing to America that winning's important, but what's more important is setting that example to the youth of America.
Then, like I said,
that's more important than winning in professional sports now.
Then why play the game? Just have the guys sign up, get paid a lot of money, and do PSAs for children, and do the Fresh Air Fund and Big Brother. Just do all that shit. Why play?
Right.
Wait, winning's more important than other stuff?
No, the winning's not.
Then why is it that they've looked past steroids a lot of times and they don't fucking just throw people out for steroid use? Why do they keep letting people who have behaved horribly come back and play? Stop it. Winning is what it's about.
Right. We
Wife
all
beaters and fucking
we all follow our team
thugs
to watch them win.
Win.
I don't give a flying fuck what these guys do when they're not on the field.
You
I
think-
don't give a shit.
Do you think Giants fans today are going, well, at least I hope they inspired some children?
No, they don't
No.
care. And you know what? If you really sat them down behind closed doors, the NFL doesn't give a shit either.
No.
It's this fake bullshit they're throwing out there to the public. It should be up to the parents to set the fucking example.
of course it should.
Not
Yes.
not the athletes.
Well, Bills fans are taking that, or the Bills team is taking that to heart, I guess.
Right.
Taking that whole thing that winning isn't
They
important.
played the Pats tough,
And,
though. The Bills have a really shitty team, and they hung in there. A lot of people are actually happy that they actually only lost by a little to the Pats yesterday.
Yeah.
Because the Bills have a shitty
That's really
team.
bad when your team loses, yet you're happy
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. Is that unbelievable, though? Rodney Harrison saying it.
It's predictable.
This isn't
and
some
bullshit.
some asshole blogger. This was right there, pretty much ground zero before the game last night.
What fucking phonies. I say this, I've never been a huge Bradshaw fan, but I will say that he still strikes me as kind of an asshole jock. He doesn't strike me as a guy who's a goody two-shoes. And
Wish
neither
it would
does,
strike you.
I deserve that.
That was just me.
Nah, you're totally right. The nerve of me to talk like that. like I'm a fucking distinguished gentleman having a discussion. I've taken shit on my chest. Boo for me.
They're all becoming goody two-shoes, though. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
There was a guy on, man, and I just praised this asshole recently.
Bob Eatman.
Yeah, no shit.
I get to see his face today.
Can't wait.
Open a coffin lid, and there he is. Hello, gentlemen. Yee.
Can't wait to see all the footprints on his back.
Bob should
up close.
Bob should fucking pop out of a box like fucking cousin, like Thing from the Addams Family. That's how Bob should talk to people. His head in a box.
Yeah, exactly.
He should just strap a silk pillow to his head so it just looks natural.
So people
even
are comfortable.
Up. Yes.
He always negotiates on his back with his arms folded over his chest and a little dirt around him.
Here comes Bob.
The guys would like more vacation.
The sun's coming up. I cannot negotiate.
I will only negotiate from 12 a.m. until 3 a.m. Eating Count Chocula cereal.
No one invites him into their office so he can't come in.
Yes. No matter what he orders, he screams, "Hold the garlic."
And obviously he's never looked into a mirror.
He doesn't know he can see himself. Combs his hair with a dildo. What an asshole. I wish he was here. I'd spit my gum off his dome.
Oh, he will be.
Can't wait. Can't wait for that. Can't wait for that meeting after the show.
That'll be fun.
That's why I'm a bit ornery. Oh, that's him. Duke Castellano.
Duke Castellano.
This fucking asshole. So they're showing the highlights of the Jets-Dolphins game last night, and Braylon Edwards had I think it was a 67-yard touchdown pass. So the guy celebrating in the end zone, right? And it wasn't one of those over-the-top celebrations. And this Duke fucking asshole, he's part of the rest of these guys that have just lost their balls. He goes, "Boy, you would think he would be a little more humble considering the week he had."
Why?
Why does he have to be humble? He just had a 67-yard touchdown pass that was pretty fucking important in the game. So he's doing an over-the-top celebration, but nothing, completely out of control.
I can see if he did that when they told him to walk the white line. That'd be different.
Yeah, exactly.
So what did this Duke guy want? Him to just, put the ball down very nicely and walk off?
Yeah.
It was a
All
huge
contrite.
play in the game last night.
Put his head down, walk off slowly, just kicking his cleat into the grass and all sorrowful.
We need these guys to continue fighting the good fight, but he lost his balls too. Should have been more humble. Oh wait,
quarter last night did make his presence felt. More on that in a moment.
Might be it.
Second quarter, Jets up 7-0. Mark Sanchez, Dustin Keller, touchdown. What a night those two had. Second touchdown for each man on the night. 14-0 lead. Dolphins finish a long drive. Chad Heading, Brandon Marshall. Dolphins up 17-14. But back on the Jets. Here's what I mean. Sanchez, he looked great in this game. Second week in a row, he's looked great. Hits Braylon Edwards, and he is gone.
Let's see if he says it again. He said it earlier this morning.
I'd like to see him be a little bit more humble, especially after the arrest. Jets win 31-23.
There you go.
Say it again. That was just live, by the way.
Yeah, that wasn't audio from earlier. He's saying it every fucking sportscast. Why does he have to be more humble? And did you see the celebration wasn't that out of control?
No.
But why should he? He's doing his job, you fucking asshole.
He did his job.
Why do we have to have humble football players? I used to love Gastineau when he was losing his fucking mind after a sack and all that crap.
I tell you,
the more the
Punching
better.
his women in the face. It's a celebration.
Don't you love Charles Barkley for the way he treated these guys? He hates these fucking pussy boy sportscasters. Hates them. And treats them appropriately.
I would have liked to see him more humble. Why?
Do you think if that sportscaster right there got a DWI and was on the air the next day, and do you think he'd be like, considering everything that happened, sports, it's not very important in life.
Right.
I just want to say what I did was a bad thing.
Right.
No, he'd be going, and let's go now to the next game. We're gonna, he should be a little more
humble. There you go. And like I said,
it was a great fucking play.
Yeah, it was a really important play in the game last night. So, they're just losing their minds. Good to see Michael Vick just having a fucking amazing game yesterday.
Yeah, what the fuck is Michael Vick up to? Wow.
See, I love it. And he did his time. That was a rough situation, but...
Well, you should be a little more humble.
Fuck that.
I think. Wow.
Fuck that.
He is giving really the ultimate fuck you to everybody by being good.
Yeah, he's
what a
he's an
set of
amazing player,
circumstances too. You know, he gets to step in as quarterback.
Right.
He's getting the job done.
Hell yeah, he is.
That's hysterical.
I'm not an Eagles fan, by the way, at all. But I'm making my point. I don't give a shit with these.
Perfect city for him too.
I don't give a shit.
They just don't care. They throw dog carcasses on the field in celebration.
Right.
Those fucking savages. They don't care.
Braylon Edwards should not have had to sit a fucking down.
Not even for a minute.
Not even one down. I don't care. It didn't happen on the football field.
Yep.
When did it start bleeding over? Does anyone even remember anymore?
No.
There was a time you would hear about your favorite team and all the crazy shit going on when they weren't on the field, but they were out there every Sunday.
Yeah.
But now, if you fuck up in your regular life, they bring it to your professional life. It's bullshit.
There was a while, I think all of the Cowboys were wearing like ankle bracelets.
Oh yeah, they had some rough fucking years.
They were fucking all criminals.
They had some rough fucking years.
And they played. It's fucked up. Bunch of pussies. It's the pussification of America.
I'm a parent. I don't look toward these assholes on TV to fucking raise my son.
Raise your kid. Let the other people do it. Just sit back, Hope. Just let the TV people and sports figures, let them all do it.
They're talking about professional sports now. We gave up on youth sports, obviously.
Yeah.
Because I'll fight that battle, too. But now it's hit the professional ranks. That winning's important, but what's more important is setting that example for the youth of America.
Of course it is.
How is that more important than winning a professional fucking sporting event?
No. Maybe school is. Maybe maybe the teachers are. Maybe that's an example. Sports, stop.
Maybe if my seat cost $5 to go to the game and my jersey only cost 10, then maybe I would understand what you're saying. But guess what? They've already decided it's extremely important.
Yeah.
To win.
Yeah, the more a team wins, the more money they make.
Right.
How come they don't say that when it comes to big contracts? Hey, you know what? Take a lot less money because it's much more important to show the loyalty for the city than it is to take as much as you can. You don't understand what I mean? It's like they're fucking completely phony.
This much money? To win. They're paying them to win.
Right.
Here's an example, you phony assholes. How about this? Instead of paying a guy $20 million, you don't pay any player above $250,000, and any money that you would pay into a higher player, you donate to charity.
Yes.
What's more important?
Children's funds.
Set the example.
Yes.
What's more important? Some asshole holding a ball in an end zone or feeding hungry people? It's like, come on.
That'd be great. A bunch of people making $250,000 on the field. That would make for a great game. Oh, they would be so good.
But if setting an example is that important, why aren't all fucking NFL teams doing that? We will not pay more than this, and we won't make more than this. We're setting an example of what it's...
Yeah.
Fucking liars. Shut up.
It's all horseshit.
Just admit what you are.
Shit.
It's all fucking horseshit.
Athletes, and this is what you do, and it's fine. But don't act like you're not what you are, what you're not. Just don't stop doing it. It's embarrassing. No one believes you.
You like that humble comment by Duke?
Isn't
that disgusting?
It's typical.
As a man, how could you say that?
Because he's the same guy.
He's
the same guy that would scold Tiger Woods and act like he doesn't know why Tiger would fuck a porn chick.
Yeah. I'd like to see him a little more humble there.
Yeah, a little more humble. Why? Did you watch the game last night? I didn't. I had to watch the highlights of the second half. But
you ever been to some of these bars where you see these fucking sportscasters and news guys and news women hanging out? They surely can put down a few drinks.
They're a little different than what you see on TV, right?
Yeah.
All right. And as far as, I don't know how this guy knows this, but Steve in Connecticut. Steve.
Yes.
Hey, Anthony, you were right. That air conditioning unit runs off a little jet engine in the back.
Yeah.
And it only costs about $100 per hour. So Opie, next time you're in there fucking sweating, just tell the captain, here's $50, start that thing.
Yeah, start that fucker up.
All right.
I'm in the airline industry. You guys are funny. You know, I see so much shit. The other day I'm in White Plains, and there's a woman, she's sitting there with a little kid. You know, White Plains, out of WestJet, so they're a little entitled. And I'm sitting there watching her little son putting stickers on the airplane. So I just reach over, I go, hey, ma'am, can you stop your son from putting stickers on the airplane? And she's like, why? Is it going to hurt your airplane? And I go, no, ma'am, I don't put stickers on your $40,000 Lexus. Don't put it on my $50 million airplane.
What a fucking idiot. I know. Airplane Lexus doesn't cost that $40,000.
Yeah, I said, you bought a $200 seat. I said, next time you want to buy my airplane, let me know. And she's like, oh, I can't believe this. It's just that passengers get crazy on an airplane.
God, I'm disgusted.
Parents are shitty in general. I know there's a few of them out there that are doing the right thing, but in general, parents are shitty.
Fuck.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Where was he putting the stickers?
He was putting stickers by the window. And, it's one of those stickers, Anthony, that you'd have to take the freaking chisel and get them off.
Yeah, that's why you try to look out the window and they shit on there and scratches and everything. Motherfuckers. I should have slammed his little fucking head into the window.
Yeah, you should have taken him in that back room and made sure that he didn't put stickers on them.
Oh, Uncle Paul, you probably gave him the stickers.
No, I didn't. I said, put this over your mouth if they start asking you questions. And then you spank them good.
Yes,
good.
A good spanking.
Get his bottom red.
More important.
The rule, boys, never give up your seats. What are you guys thinking? You give up your seats.
Dude, the guy's already sitting. His chick's sitting all nice and comfortable. When someone says, when someone looks at you and goes, "Do you mind if if you give up your seat?" You have no choice. You really don't.
Yeah.
You look like all of a sudden, because even though it's your seat, you look like a complete asshole if you said, "Yeah, I do mind." Why are you putting me in this position? Also, I'm an asshole because I want my fucking seat I paid for. And by the way, if it is $100 an hour, I will give them the benefit of the doubt. We sat for 5 minutes on both sides, so it had to be 10 minutes without AC. But it was a long fucking 10 minutes. It was bad. Yeah. So they saved. You're trying to tell me they saved $10?
Yeah. No, it's not that expensive. It's called auxiliary power unit.
Well, that's fucked up.
But I crank it as soon as the passenger says they're hot back there. I crank mine up all the time. Cool things off back there.
Are you a pilot?
Yeah, it's the last thing you want is angry passengers back there. You guys have been pissed off going through security, been pissed off at the front gate, and now you're going to be pissed off on my airplane? The last thing I need. I got Anthony back there. He's going to start doing shots of tequila,
Language. Who was on the show recently? Stay on the line, Steve, because they got something else for you. That was explaining how to go through security efficiently. Because I did it. It's amazing.
Really?
Where you put your computer down, you organize it that way, so when it comes through, boom, 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 and you're gone. Instead of willy-nilly throwing your shit on the belt.
Yeah.
Who was that? It was the greatest thing he said.
We were talking about, I think I was here because I remember the discussion.
Like you put the computer on the belt first, then your bag, then your shoes. So then when it comes through, you grab the computer into your bag and grab your shoes and go.
Louis?
It wasn't Louis C.K. He hasn't been on in a while.
By the way, that's wrong.
So fuck you, gag.
But I did it.
It's bag first. Because here's why. Luggage first. Because this way you're not piling up on the fucking on the rollers. Put the luggage down, computer out in the luggage. That way you've cleared off that much space, and then you put your jacket on. I put my pants back on, the cock stuffing, and then the shoes, and then I put the.
I guess what I'm saying is, if you think about it for 2 seconds, like, okay, how do I want this stuff to come out on the other side? It makes it so much easier to go through security.
It was Louis. I have it taped. He was promoting Louis on FX.
Louis C.K.?
That's what.
Wow.
This guy.
That's someone live on our.
This guy's fucking going crazy.
All right.
Defending himself.
Someone's saying it was Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
So maybe both were saying it.
Yeah.
Bill Burr. Wait a minute.
Either way, it's.
I was Bill Burr. I think you fucking it.
I think you're right.
I should bounce you for your spunk.
Right. Hey, Steve's still on the line, and you're a pilot. So, Steve, this are they calling it a crash landing?
The Delta flight?
Was it
at
huh?
Something something that anytime you throw your gear handle down and you don't have 3 main gear, it is a little worrisome. So
little worrisome.
Obviously, sometimes it might be better to suck up the gear and land with no gear if you can't get one of those down, because you don't want that airplane cartwheeling. Tell you the truth, I didn't see much about it. I was just listening.
Yeah, he had like 1 gear. The wing wasn't down. He landed on 2. Kept the wing up for a while, and then it sparked, but nothing happened.
I was on that plane. I saw the whole thing.
You were not.
Yes, I was. It was the guy had to land, but the wheels weren't right. So I walked up. I'm like, you could do it.
Oh, you talked to the pilot.
I just yelled through the door. He's like, all right, thank you, sir. But it's not about me taking credit.
What?
Oh, they're showing someone filmed it on.
Yeah,
on the plane,
and the camera wasn't even really moving that badly, so I don't even think it was a rough landing. What do you fly, my friend?
An Airbus.
Ah. Which one?
320.
Oh, 320?
Nice.
Look at you.
Yeah, look at you.
I'm looking at the footage.
You went to school.
Is that sparks coming up?
Yeah.
Or is
Yeah,
that just,
that gets all
That's
big
nothing.
and bright at the tip of the wing.
I think
sparks. But look, the guy's camera isn't even moving.
Yeah,
That's pretty.
I think we'd all be
pretty
a
smooth.
bit scared though in that situation.
Not on that one. Once you're on the ground, you're fine. I don't care if there's no
Look at the
wheels.
sparks flying
I don't care if the
through.
fucking bottom falls out and we have to just all take our feet and run like the Flintstones.
You just don't want to hear this.
Pull up, pull up, pull up.
That's right.
That's the scary part. Yeah.
Too low gear. Too low gear.
Altitude, altitude.
That's the scary shit.
Oh yeah.
I had a guy get on the airplane the other day. He looked like, Charles Atlas, big muscle guy, Italian guy from New York, and he comes walking on. And for some reason, it got kind of fashionable to be kind of scared to fly. These big guys, and he goes, "Oh my God, I'm so scared." And I looked at him, I go, "Stop the nonsense, big guy. You're embarrassing yourself. Get on the airplane, sit down. I'll get you in Orlando in about 10 minutes."
Look at you, you chatty Cathy.
I like that.
You're very mean to all the passengers.
Yeah, you're very mean. You wouldn't let people put stickers on your plane.
I know, I'm a ball buster. I hold a high standard. Get your crap off my airplane.
I tweeted a picture of the plane I was on going to Rochester. Oh wow! Yeah, I was in 1A, which means I was pretty much right next to the pilot door.
Yeah,
he had the door
Yeah.
open the whole time. I'm like, really?
Old school.
Yeah.
Oh, the Embraer.
Is that what that
the
was?
prop. Was it a prop or jet? Because
It was 1 and 2.
1 and 2
Yeah.
is 2 and 2 are actually some of the Continental's propeller planes are bigger than
My
their
seat
Embraers.
was so weird. I don't even know if I had a window, so I don't even know if it was a propeller or not. I have no idea. And
I don't know if it was a propeller
and
or
the
a jet.
shit this guy had in the cockpit was fucking old. I'm like, what am I doing?
He's flicking gauges with his finger.
Right. There's the picture. That was my seat on a fucking
Oh, that's not a
commercial
security
airline.
risk. That's good. You're allowed to do that on a plane. Take a photo of the cockpit. That's good. That's good. Good job, fucking.
Hey man, I'm 5 feet from the guy. I could almost tap him on the shoulder.
Greg Otta.
Almost.
That's great.
Look at the old phone and look at the wood paneling. What fucking plane was I
That
on?
is old. It looks like my kitchen.
And then he had a blue bag for trash hanging off the other side of the door, I guess.
What kind of plane do you fly, sir?
I just,
Airbus, I'm sorry.
320.
So let me ask you, the propeller planes, because I'm flying one to North Carolina next week. This is not about plugging Charlie Goodnights. That's just why I'm going down there. And it seems like it's always scarier, the turbulence you feel more in a prop, but those are safe in turbulence, right? That's what they use to go into storms, are prop planes.
Yeah, those things are safe. I'm not worried about turbulence. Those planes busting up. Just that they're uncomfortable, they're small, and they suck, and they go slow.
I know. I like a nice, big, wide body, cross country, you fucking smooth flight. It's great.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
Are you ever scared in turbulence as a pilot, or are you completely comfortable with it?
I'm totally comfortable with it.
I was on the American...
No plane has ever snapped in half from turbulence, so that's where we got that going for us, guys.
I was on I'm sorry, but I was on a plane. This is what made me feel good. I was on an American flight coming back from L.A. on the red eye, and it was pretty bad turbulence, and the captain had come out, one of the pilots had come out, they'd take a piss break.
Screamed, "Holy
Yes.
shit!"
He went, plane bouncy, and then he ran into the bathroom. But no, he was talking to the flight attendants, and we were bouncing around pretty bad, and he was just holding on, and his conversation flow didn't change. And I'm like, he couldn't be more comfortable if he was standing in the airport.
Yeah.
We're in no danger.
It's like a bumpy road or choppy water in a boat or something. You're not sitting there going, we're going to sink.
What? I don't want to use the word worry because you probably won't admit to that, but what puts you on guard a little bit when you're flying? What situation?
What if he said blacks? He's a horrible racist pilot.
Every once in a while, these airplanes, have maintenance problems. So if I'm over the water somewhere in the middle of the Atlantic or something like that, and it's the middle of the night, and I'm doing maybe the red eye coming back, and all of a sudden you get a ding, a warning about, system that might have gone awry, as they would say. And you're kind of trying to figure out what's going wrong with the airplane and stuff like that. That kind of gets my attention.
Wow. I could never be a pilot. I would fucking freak out.
You know something? I took a bird out of Logan and lost an engine. And that thing got my attention a little bit too. So there's some things that get your attention, but you're so trained, you're so ready to go. I told the guys down in training, because I recently came back from it, I go, you know something, guys? What you guys taught me down here was just like real life. I lost that engine, I came around, I back and land, and it was just like we do it all the time once a year down with you guys. So it was pretty, you know.
So let me ask you, there was a plane, I want to say it was an Airbus 320, I could be wrong, the one that crashed going from, I think it was Brazil to France. It was not too long ago. There was a crash over the ocean, but they said it was in a horrible storm, and instead of going around, he went through, and they didn't know if the plane broke up in midair, but then they said it didn't. Do you know the flight I mean? It might have been an Air France flight.
Yeah, I think it was.
I'm not sure which one that was, but I think I remember hearing about an airplane that went, bad weather, you shouldn't be flying through thunderstorms.
But I mean, could that bring a plane down? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it has. Many airplanes have crashed because of microbursts of thunderstorms. That's the stuff that gets your attention. And you don't want to fly through that stuff, and you're trained, every time you go down to training about, avoiding number one. Number two, you know what happens if you get into it.
Well, it's kind of cool when you're coming into an airport and you're on approach, and you know that the pilot is flying by eye through thunderclouds. Like you feel them making these turns, and you're looking at thunderstorms to your left and right. And they're just kind of weaving in and out of them.
Weaving in and out,
like,
nice.
Yeah, we don't want to go through these fuckers, but I'll dodge them like cones.
Is that flying by eye?
Hey, you got radar up there, and you're using your radar, but a lot of times my radar might not be painting what I'm seeing with my eye. And I'm like, well, I'm not flying through that thing. But no, it's funny, one day I'm coming into New York, and New York controls are just the best. They're just like New Yorkers on the street. And so I see I'm painting a little storm in front of me, and I'm like, tell New York we want to come 10 right around that cloud right there. So my first officer says, hey, we need to come 10 right. And he goes, come on, guys, the last 10 airplanes just flew through it.
What an asshole.
Hey, I go into this prick sitting down sipping his coffee.
Yeah.
140 people in the
What an asshole.
What did you do?
Just tell we want to come 10 right anyway. Just for shits and grins then, I guess,
It's your fucking call. Fuck him.
Yeah, he's sitting down,
Jesus.
smoking a cigarette, drinking a coffee. He's like, hey. But yeah, New York controllers are funny. They're
load of laughs. Just go through it.
What's a microburst?
Microburst is a downpour, an instant downpour of energy and water. That the cloud couldn't hold it anymore, so it just boom pushes it down, and you get a change of winds is what's dangerous about it. Because you'll be going through a headwind, and it instantly would turn to a tailwind, and that makes the performance of the airplane go down tremendously.
But you guys can get jostled around pretty good up there without a problem, right?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. I'll tell you, one of the funniest things you hear in Kennedy, because Kennedy's so multinational.
Could you get that off the back of the car?
Yeah, I'm in Kennedy, and I'm listening to the clash of cultures there. And one day, this British the weather's crappy, and the British Airways Speedbird is their name, and he's lost. He's lost. It's cloudy. He wants taxi directions from Kennedy, and Kennedy ground can't be bothered with this crap sometimes. So you hear, and there's a lot of chatter on the radio, and so you hear Kennedy Tower, Speedbird 101. Kennedy Tower's like, go ahead, Speedbird, go ahead, what do you need? Speedbird 101 would like, we're not sure where we are right now, sir. Can you tell us left or right here? God, it's a left. Go ahead, Speedbird. Right, left. We're just going to set our parking brake and wait for the weather to come up. All right, Speedbird, stay right there. And you listen to this stuff, and it's just hilarious,
Why are they're annoyed with the British?
Yeah, something? They're busy. They got a lot of other airplanes. If you don't know where you're taxiing in Kennedy Tower, just, they can't deal with you right now because they're so busy. There's so many airplanes.
So much shit going on, yeah.
Good, just sit there, fucking sit there, then wait for the rain.
Yeah, just sit there. If you want to sit there, Steve, go ahead. But I'm not going to, tell you how to get someplace.
Let your passengers get pissed.
Hey, Steve, I saw a video recently of a plane being hit by lightning. Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah, I got hit by lightning once.
And how does it feel when you're sitting there in the plane? That's the other part of the question.
I was amazed how loud it was when we got hit. I was absolutely amazed. Like, I've been flying in the Air Force for a long time, and I thought maybe I might have been hit before. Oh, no. I'd never been hit before until today in Chicago. and we got hit, and I was like, wow. I saw it come off the nose, like a big arm of light came off the nose. It like was coming right at me, and then it swung around the airplane, and it hit like the door where the flight, and we just took off out of Chicago, and it hit the door, and boom. And I was like, whoa.
That's
and
creepy.
I looked at all the engine instruments, and it didn't even hiccup. Not even a hiccup.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the skin just absorbs that shit.
But did everyone
Yeah.
start screaming on the plane?
You know something? The flight attendants, I think the flight attendants back there, hey, is everything all right back there? They're like, yeah.
Oh,
we'll
no.
do that.
All right,
You know, like,
you
I
guys
know one more question. Did
I
you,
don't want to lose this other guy.
Okay, bring him on. I'll ask after.
All right, you know James? He's the air traffic controller with the big personality.
Oh,
that we
no.
love.
Yeah.
You might have pissed off an air traffic control guy there, Steve. You're on the line with
All
James. We love James, too. Go ahead, James.
bring him on.
Boys, how you doing?
All
Hey,
right,
buddy.
James.
When that controller told you to 10 right, and you went, no, man, everybody else did that. Do you ever think on the other side of that cloud there's 5 more guys lining up?
Yeah, you know something?
Yeah.
I don't downplay what you
talking
guys
shop.
do whatsoever. Matter of fact, you guys get me around this airspace pretty well because it's so damn tight.
Oh, that's
You know something? Once in a while, you guys don't see what we see up there. Matter of fact, I know you don't.
Yeah, I believe you, but the guy should have come back and told you why. But usually, like, I had a pilot, saying, well, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that. You're begging him. I know you do, but this is going to cause more of a problem if you do. Like, the old rule is you pick the destination, we'll pick the route.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You guys are great. I had a lady one time at 18,000 feet get a heart attack right over New York. And they're like, hey, what do you... I said, hey, we're in emergency. I have a lady having a heart attack. And you guys go, what do you need?
Yeah, right. Everybody else out of the fucking pool.
Yeah.
What do you need? A good supply of body bags.
Yeah. Then you open the door and push that bitch out. Can you catch this falling lady? We're busy.
We had a
pilot. I'm going to be pissed.
Nothing.
We had a pilot coming over the pond one time, and he had somebody croak in the front seat, and he was funny as all get out. He said, the person's dead, and I said, what do you want me to do? He said, I don't know. He said, we're going to put him in first class, give him a big floppy hat, and fresh up their drink every hour.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, it sounded exactly like Weekend at Bernie's. Well, I told the story a few times. I won't tell the long version, but nothing creepier than when a passenger's sick or fucked up on the plane, and in my case, they wouldn't move them, so they were just laying in the aisle, and it was a red-eye flight. It's fucking dark and creepy out the window, and you got someone almost dead in the aisle on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my. It doesn't make for a fun flight. You just want to land as soon as possible.
They woke me up on a United flight recently going to L.A. at night because a sick passenger had to be placed next to me. They brought her up to the front and put her next to me with oxygen.
Yeah.
I fingered her.
Yeah, good. As well you should. So much for enjoying a movie at that point, right?
That was annoying me.
Hey, you guys are mile hires or no?
No, never. My dick doesn't function well at this altitude. When I'm afraid of crashing, my dick is a wilted little walnut.
I'd have to be on one of those planes with the little fucking suites. The one that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I had Chris Angel on board. He was back there getting a Hummer.
Oh wow, really?
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good boy.
We won't even say allegedly because I don't think Chris would argue that.
Right.
Why not?
Yeah, no, I know.
I think you'd want that out there, right?
Who was giving it to him though? Was it a girl?
Yes.
It was a girlfriend. She looked like heroin chic kind of girl he had on board.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are getting along, James? You all right with Steve?
Yeah, he's the real guy. The other guy we had on there before that I got in a fight with, he was like, woe is me. But you can tell this guy's legit A320 driver. But when you asked him, did he get scared? After the Paris Air Show and the A320 went into the woods all by itself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those guys were a bunch of idiots, though. They shut off all the protections of the airplane and took it into the woods.
Yeah,
That's when they called it the loose tree trimmer.
That's good.
What's a air traffic guy? Let me ask both of you. First of all, I hope American fixed those little cracks on the 767s. What do you think is the safest plane to be in the air with right now?
I would say the A320.
Wow.
And I'm the controller because when they first came out, there was a learning curve because it was so automated. But they do some really, really phenomenal stuff. the pilot can speak for it, like how the hell do I know? But from a controller standpoint, you give these guys a line or something to go on, you don't hear too much gripe about it. It sounds like a good airplane for both the controller and the pilot, or controller and the plane to get used to.
What happens if you kick that rudder over, though?
Yeah, stay away from the run on those.
I don't want to fucking... That composite fucking stabilizer is a little scary.
What is?
I don't know.
I'm lost.
Yeah, Anthony's right. A lot of these bigger airplanes, you don't want to be jamming that big, barn door over to the right or to the left. You kind of got to be a little more gentler with that thing.
Yeah, that's the one that crashed over Long Island.
But
yeah.
That's my whole point. If you're good enough at your job as a controller and you give them a point-to-point route to fly, like some of these approaches in there, that airplane is so exact that if you're smart enough not to have them to kick the rudder over, they're pretty smooth to fly. They're pretty accurate. Not like the old days when you had 27s and 07s and 8s in the sky where, it was, God bless us all, he ever gets on the ground.
You know what I love? The MD-80. Wow, what a safe plane.
What a piece of shit that airplane is. Come on.
I will never take one. I'll redo my entire schedule if I see the equipment as an MD-80.
Do you know they tried to fly me on an MD-80 when I was doing from New Orleans to L.A., and I said, no, you got to put me on Continental. I won't go. It was an American flight. I won't
What's
go
an MD-80? You got to help me out.
McDonnell Douglas.
McDonnell Douglas.
McDonnell Douglas. Sorry, McDonnell Douglas.
Yeah, McDonnell. It's the one with the two engines on the ass end. And, it's just...
what the hell are we still flying that thing for around the system?
I don't know what that thing's around. And what is it? What do the FedEx? What are they flying? Because they look like the old L-1011s.
Yeah,
well, they are L-1011s.
L-1011s.
Wow. And some of them are the first generation now A300s, which came out of passenger production.
Holy shit!
Those and also, old. You still find the odd one up here. That's an old DC-8 converted that FedEx uses domestically, and we haven't seen they're a real gas guzzler. So I don't know how they can make money, but obviously they're making money. They just gave out $15 million to Jim Furyk, but you'll still see them using old passenger airplanes that have been gutted and turned into freighters.
Damn, that's something, because I wondered, it's like the only L-1011s you see are freight now, because I guess they don't like the hydraulics getting cut when that middle engine goes.
Right.
Jesus.
Oh, they were funny because we used to call them Lockheed TriStar and the 27 three-holers. And when you're on the airplane, it was always fun to go up to one of the flight attendants named Lance and ask him, was this a three-holer? And watch him what he'd do.
Fucking James Rule.
Holy shit.
All right, I think we're done, right?
All right, guys.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys.
Have a good one.
See you later.
Have a good one.
Thanks,
guys.
Steve.
Later,
Steve
man.
from Connecticut and James. Thank you, guys. Really good conversation.
I love aviation.
Dude, I could ask pilots
just
questions
fucking great.
all day.
Aviation's fun.
We're like three little faggots. The
I
pilot,
know.
if they were here, the pilot would put his hat on you and talk to you.
It's slightly askew.
Yeah.
Be eating an ice cream cone or his dick.
Or both if you're lucky. Can't tell which is dessert.
Finally, Wes the trucker from Wisconsin before the break. Wes.
Hey, guys. No, I was going to ask the pilot last week. I was down in South America, and I was flying from Lima 300 miles north to a little small airport. I was on it looked like about a 737, and smooth landing. We're coming in. It's kind of cloudy and foggy. Next thing I know, the plane just fucking pulls up, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Guy circles back around, starts talking Spanish. I'm thinking, oh, fucking, here we go.
We're dead.
Yeah. So then he starts talking English. All right, the weather's kind of, foggy, and we're going to go in for a second attempt. I'm thinking, all right. Second attempt, fucking pulls up again. I'm thinking, all right, 3 strikes and you're fucking out. And then they put on the, at this moment, we need all electronics off. You need to put your seatbelts on. I'm thinking, holy fucking shit, man. So, long story short, I want to ask the pilot, why, can't the instruments land the plane? But the pilot just turned around and went back to Lima. But, dude, I was fucking shitting my pants. I'm thinking, just turn this motherfucker around and go back to Lima, man, because this isn't looking good. I'm thinking pilot error. We crash in the fucking mountains of fucking Peru, and I'm dead.
Or maybe you survive and have to eat fellow passengers until they,
make
get you.
Book and a movie.
Yeah, you can become a multimillionaire off that shit. That's scary, Wes.
Let me ask the pilot too. Is he still here?
No, they're all gone.
I was wondering about the electronics. Is it because they leave DirecTV on? So I wonder, are the electronics, can they really interfere with the instrumentation, or is it because they want you to be able to hear what they want you to hear?
Let's think about this logically. If that was possible, wouldn't they just collect all your shit and not assume
if
that
it was that dangerous?
Guess who was fucking checking, tweets and all sorts of crap during the flight from Rochester to New York yesterday? Because I was bored in my aisle seat.
You got reception at that height?
I actually, when we got a little lower, I certainly did. Most of the flight, I did not. But I also turn it on just to see what time it is, because they say we're going to land at 5:10. So I'm like, all right, what fucking time?
They're
How much
afraid
more
that
time do I have?
the cell signals interfere with the
then they should collect all our
navigation
phones, 'cause-
system during landing, like their ILS and shit like that.
Then collect the phones.
But, But
I don't trust my fellow passengers. I know I'm an idiot.
All the tests they've shown haven't done anything. It just hasn't done anything. I don't know why they have this speculation that it is. I think it's because they don't want people yapping on their fucking phones.
I also think it's because they don't want you to have headphones on and miss their fucking frequent flyer program announcements. Because if you ever notice when they make that annoying, enraging, when you're trying to doze off, welcome to Continental Airlines, especially our one pass and elite members, blah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
The TV will stop so you can hear the critical announcements. They want you to hear their fucking whore commercials for themselves.
Bullshit.
They want you to hear the annoying fucking president of the company welcoming you to the airlines on the video.
That fathead.
No, he's gone, Clint Howard. Now it's Jeff Smiznik.
Clint Howard.
Oh, no, that was Larry. I am Larry Kilner. He had the worst fucking...
Oh, he was the worst.
Yeah, he was bald. They had to cut away from him. He was so uncomfortable. His hands would jump. They had to show anything but him. Fucking 9/11 footage. Anything more comfortable to watch than Larry Kellner.
Poor Larry.
Oh, he was terrible on
Larry.
camera.
All right, well, that brings us to the first break, and oh my God, okay, it is true. Oh, I got a great news.
I'd always deny it.
I got a great news story after the break. I didn't think it was true, but someone on Twitter, Billy CLO, whatever that means, just tweeted me something. But now it's been confirmed. I'll explain next.
We're all gay.
It could be one of the better news stories in recent memory.
Wow.
You will laugh your ass off.
Oh, no.
At
Bold
someone else's
statement.
misfortune.
Oh,
well, always.
All right? This is the tease for the people in their cars, because everyone else can now Google their asses off and find out, but whatever. We'll continue. Opie and Anthony.
The Virus, Sirius XM. You're listening to Opie and Anthony.
No place for happy, baby. No place to run. You pull the trigger.
Love this song.
Me?
Come on. Love gun. Come on. When you used to, you bought this album in 77, you got a fucking a cardboard gun with it.
You did?
Yes, you did. I'd love to have one, by the way. If anyone out there has one, I'll suck your dick for it, even if you don't have one.
Knowing Gene Simmons, he would package his own fucking sperm and give you a little taste in every fuking album. What's wrong with you, Gene? Got to sell everything.
That's right. It says bang on it when you press it. Yay!
No, I think you flipped it down, and that came out.
Bang. Yay!
Well,
stupid. Kiss Love Gun.
Yes.
I think that gun is stupid.
I want to say, God bless Howard Stern.
We say that every morning before we start.
God bless Howard Stern. Why am I getting crashed for that?
Because somebody drove out of control and hit something.
Oh, I know. And there's no twist to this. God bless Howard Stern. Because he just got me out of a world of fucking trouble. There's lunatics that work at this fucking company. All right, fine. I might be one of them. I'm going to beat you to the punch. But there are people that are way more fucked up than me.
How did he get you out of trouble?
Up.
Did he admit that he drilled the hole in the bathroom stall that they've been accusing us of?
That's what it is. Howard is going off on the fact that this place might have bed bugs. And let me tell you the shitstorm I had to deal with on Friday. I fucking tweeted a stupid picture because we're at the end of our contract. We have 4 days left on our contract. We are talking, but we do not have a deal past October 1st still. There's your update, okay? Simple as that. So there was a note on Sam's door on Friday that basically said, don't use this workspace. If you need, if if you need a workspace, we'll provide somewhere else. But basically, don't go in this fucking office, okay? And then there was chatter around this place because these memos were on every other office, I believe, right? Or maybe that's an exaggeration, but a lot of offices on this floor.
Yeah, it wasn't. They were in a lot of offices, not like exactly every other office, but there was, like, for instance, E-Rock's office next to mine didn't have a notice on it,
right?
And then the one next to his did,
right? And then down the hall, it was this office had it, this didn't, these two had it, this one didn't. It was a lot of memos on a lot of office doors.
Did E-Rock's office have it?
No.
Oh, that was surprising.
So,
Bedbugs would be more productive.
So, obviously, the babysitters don't really understand how we do this radio show. If you come upon a note that's on your door, you're going to fucking either talk about it, tweet it, you're going to do something with it. And that's exactly what I did. And I knew it had something to do with bed bugs, but I decided just to fucking put the picture out there. That's all. I didn't say bed bugs. I didn't say what it meant. Let people fucking try to figure out what it means, and then eventually we'll tell them what it means, right? I had to talk to so many people when I was traveling on Friday. Oh my God, I can't believe you did that. That you're being a bit negative. You're being this. You're being that. Could you take the picture off your Twitter? And for once, I said, fine. I'll fucking take it off my Twitter. All right, so I did. And all of a sudden, that wasn't good enough. I had to talk to other people. Then I had to talk to Scott Greenstein personally and apologize that I fucking put the picture up there. Blah blah blah. This isn't good. We basically don't want this info out there. Now the info's out there. Now everyone's pissed around here that the info's out there. I said to Scott, very professionally, I'm like, first of all, I wasn't the only one that tweeted a picture of the signs that were everywhere. Second of all, there was a show on Friday that was talking about not only the memo, but that the memo was about bed bugs that might be in this facility, okay? And I also said if we didn't take Friday off, the first break me and Ant would have done was talk about the fucking memo, and if we knew it was about bed bugs, we certainly would have talked about bed bugs. Mm-hmm. And I said, and if Howard was working, because he takes his Fridays off, he absolutely would have been talking about bed bugs. Right. So guess who's talking about bed bugs today? Howard, because he wasn't here Friday, and he's really fucking pissed off.
Yeah.
And we all should be pissed off. And bed bugs is no treat.
I think he's worrying about the chemicals that they are or might have been using. I don't know. There's no windows in here. I don't know. Can you breathe this in?
Yeah.
I'm taking off.
Yeah, but they were beating the shit out of me on Friday for fucking getting that picture out there. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You really didn't think this info was going to get out there, that the facility might have bed bugs? And you don't want to have bed bugs. You don't want to bring bed bugs home to your house. So I think Howard's pissed off not only about the chemicals, but also if he's got a bag or something and all of a sudden some fucking bed bugs go in it, he could have them in his place, just like we could have it in our places. It's no fucking joke. And as radio guys, we're going to talk about this. Yes, it doesn't mean that we don't like the company and all this crap that I had to hear on Friday. Oh, you're not being a good employee. You're being a bit negative. You're being this. I'm like, we're talking about bed bugs, asshole.
I will say this. It's a radio company where your job is to be funny or entertaining. It's not like they sell linens here. It's like, I don't think one person in America would not get an XM Sirius subscription because the facility had a possible, it's like stores are closing. Abercrombie had to close a little bit. All these major retail, it's like
Nike.
Everywhere. Bloomberg had them. Bloomberg.
Yeah.
It's like everybody is getting them. It's just whatever. And then you get rid of them and they're gone. Who cares?
Nike had to turn their store into Bed Bugs and Beyond.
All right. Oh, wow.
I've been waiting to use that one for a long time.
I thought of it, and thank God I didn't say it.
I made sure the boo was all ready to go. No confidence in that one whatsoever.
Actually ain't that bad.
It's a bit hacky. It's a bit hacky.
I don't mind.
How often do you get to use a bed bugs and something?
Bed Bugs and Beyond. Come on. Who's with me?
I was in a hotel over Thursday and Friday, and
bed bugs. You got them now. Congratulations.
But I was so paranoid. Like any hotel now, I think is just they always show the picture of them lifting the sheet up, the fitted sheet, and showing the mattress, and there's just bed bugs.
Do you look
all over? So I look, and thank God it was just completely covered in cum stains.
Yeah,
and no bed bugs though. Right. So that was the important part.
I had ants in my room this weekend. I was fucking
we had fun.
I had some uncles too. But I was on my desk and I saw a little teeny tiny ant, but it's Florida. Mm-hmm. And then the next day I'm enjoying my the nuts The fucking
yes, I was there again
with that sweaty flu bag. Looked like 2 marbles in a gunny sack. And I had eaten them and left them out overnight, and I'm eating mouthful after mouthful of honey roasted peanuts, and then I look down and I see that the fucking tin is infested with ants.
Shit.
Dude, I had been eating ants, and I tried to photograph and videotape them, but they were too small. They were all over the side. Ask Kennedy, there was like 10 or 12 of them.
You didn't look. You just put your hand in without looking.
I was dumping it in, chit-chatting on the patio. Chit-chat, 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 chit-chat. Chit-chat, chit-chat, chit-chat. They have a fucking small colony in my colon now.
Swallowing ants.
Dude, I put it down.
Chit-chatting.
After I had eaten half the fucking tin.
Wow.
Yeah.
They were fucking, I just couldn't focus on them because they were so small. I was so mad.
You ate probably thousands of ants.
Well, no, it wasn't that bad. Jesus.
All right, let's slow
I didn't
down.
nosedive into the Congo.
Yeah, really.
Holocaust
Let's all
of
relax
ants.
over here.
Yeah, God bless them.
You're right. Kenny, you got anything to add to Jimmy's ants?
He won't.
I prayed for him.
Did you?
So the answer to your question, Ope, is no. He didn't have it.
So
the funeral director.
So then the guys down the hall become the Gestapo, and they're like, "Well, we need to know where you got the picture from. We need to know who else tweeted this picture. We need to know all this info." And I'm like, the whole building's talking about it. People had to be sent home because they, didn't want the employees, sitting in an environment that might have bed bugs. They were doing the right thing as a company. We need to know everything. I'm like, shows are talking about this. Why are you going after me? Because they were trying to use it in another way, which that's where I'll stop right now and keep it between the lines. But they decided they needed to use that and move it over to something else we're discussing.
I'm all itchy.
Yeah. Kayla on the Boneyard was talking about the Bedbug Saturday.
Oh, yeah?
Did she get the shitstorm and have to talk to Scott Greenstein?
She might now.
and have to
just rat everyone out
and have to eat a piece of humble pie.
Oh,
I had a friend.
And I wasn't going to say shit. And then I go in the bathroom. Mars goes, "Oh man, fucking Howard is pissed." I go, "Why is he pissed today?" "Oh, he's talking about the bed bugs." I'm like, "Are you shitting me?" I was told to shut the fuck up on Friday, and that I'm not a good employee, and this blah 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 blah.
I had a friend who was in town and was staying at one of the hotels by the Newark airport.
Oh.
And he just woke up with giant red bites all over.
Shit. That's bed bugs, by the way. If you
it
have a
looked
lot
almost like cystic, like cysts on him.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
If you get bed bugs, you don't get one bite. They will bite the shit out of you, and your body will be covered with them.
They run his face all down his arms.
I got a skeeter bite here last night. That's why I have calamine.
I had little one bite on me.
But it's a skeeter.
I think I've had good luck because I toss and turn so much. I think the bed bugs go into another room when I'm there.
They can't take you.
They're like, this apnea asshole. He's going to squish us.
Snoring's probably just blowing them off the bed.
Oh,
They have to start their climb again.
All they're hearing is fucking horrible audio bleeding down into the mattress. Hi, Daddy.
So, Sam, what do you know without getting in trouble? And let it be known, we brought you on the show to discuss this a little bit, so we have our knowledge.
Well, just that, I mean, everybody found out, I guess when you did on Friday, when notices were posted. And then on Saturday, they completely exterminated the place. They had dogs or something in here that sniffed
they
them.
got
Nobody
those,
saw
bed bug sniffing dogs.
Yeah, nobody saw any actual bed bugs.
Now, what I love about the bed bug sniffing dog, maybe the dog's just a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
How do you know that because the dog barks, you have bed bugs? That is a great fucking scam
I think
someone
it's
has going on.
Such a scam right now with this bed bug scare.
I'm sure there's legitimate dogs that do the right thing.
I'm not sure.
But then you got some fucking vetoes out there going, let's get a fucking asshole dog and make some money off the bed bugs.
They just go to the pound one day, grab a dog, they lead him around.
Right.
He's pissing and shitting all over the place.
Going, oh, this is bad news. This means you got...
he pisses and shits. That's how he alerts you.
Right.
He's alerting right now.
And the dog barks when he smells cum, so it's all over the keyboards and seat areas. Nowhere else do they find bed bugs but in the keyboards.
But they exterminated the whole place on Saturday. So we're fine now.
And Sam, I want you to walk down the hall, and I want you to fucking knock on some offices and tell them that I'm expecting a major fucking apology today.
Well, Sam is the one that made you tweet that photo anyway. Because I
had nothing to do with
I thought
that.
you took the picture and sent it to him and said, tweet this immediately.
No, as a matter of fact, I wasn't even in the office. I was very late on Friday. And I
that's
wasn't even
good.
in the office when Opie twittered that. So I'm
Why
off
were
the
you
hook.
late, though? That's the more important thing. Why is the company paying you for time you're not here?
Oh, damn.
I could come in late because we didn't have a show, so I'd put in my hours later.
A little later.
Yeah.
But tell him I want some apologies.
Okay, I mean, if you...
No, I'm not even kidding.
All right, I'll tell him.
It was a shitstorm. I'm like, you're kidding me.
Ew.
And of course, they didn't see it my way. I'm like, I said, if Howard was here, he'd be talking about it. If we did a live show, we'd be talking about it. Other shows are talking about it. Other shows tweeted. It's a big fucking deal. Doesn't mean I don't like the. It doesn't mean I don't like the company. It means we're talking about the shit that's happening around us.
I think I have that eyelash bug.
I'm
itchy.
skeeved out. And
Yes, spermatozoa. You have it in your mustache, too.
That I knew.
I get.
Get it? Faggot.
And the dope that called me first to say, you really got to get that picture down because this is not good. I'm like, really? This info's not going to get out?
I think they're going to... I think
Tell them
whoever
I need
cover
my
up,
fucking apology immediately.
Whoever called you first is going to know they called you first.
Yeah.
And they're going to know you called them a dope
Well-
just now. That's going to hurt feelings.
Well, how about you get Gary to fucking give me
you
an
shouldn't
apology?
have said that.
Wow.
And then he goes,
That's not
you got to
cool.
call Scott. I go, I did what he told me to do. Why do I have to call him? He really needs to talk to you about this.
Oh.
Gary's just a man who's slight of frame. Just a genteel man who's slight of frame.
But he doesn't...
Yeah.
I like Gary, but he looks like a sick kid. Like, I just want to pick him up and have his wish come true. I want to just hold him in my arms and take him to meet his favorite ball player. Did you sign this kid's hat?
Unbelievable.
Shit.
To even think in your brain that you're going to be able to hold back that type of info is ridiculous. Completely ridiculous.
Especially since it's a...
Chris in the Poconos. Chris?
Yeah, didn't the XM compound have a rat infestation?
And remember we talked about it?
Yeah, down in Washington.
I
they
think
have
when
that,
it comes down to shit, rats are scared me way more than bed bugs. And XM had a horrendous rat problem. We went right on the air with it. Of course you have to.
We also had a bit when we were on 57th Street about how many mice and roaches we could find on any given day in the studio.
Oh, right.
Do you remember how many
Yeah,
roaches
but-
we used to catch?
But for some reason this time I was showing how I'm not a company guy by tweeting a picture of a sign without even saying what the sign was about, by the way.
We should have done bed
I forgot
bug
about
wars.
that. I forgot about the cockroach mice bit we
me
did.
too.
We did roach wars.
How many roaches did we find?
It was over a dozen.
Yeah.
Over
By
a
the food-
baker's dozen.
By the food thing, right?
By the food area. by the way.
Yeah, by the kitchen.
Because the little short guy who kind of grew on me after a while would fucking leave his food out.
We used to
He's a
find
hoarder.
them. We used to find big roaches in the ice thing of the freezer, of the little fridge. Like you'd scoop it up to get ice, and there were all these little roaches in the ice.
Dead or alive?
They were dead by the time we found them.
And remember the rats?
I'm itching.
They were dragging away fucking traps and everything. They were just animals down there, these rats.
Oh, yeah.
I think they said they found a foot or something, and he
started
just
chasing people.
Yeah, they just gnawed off their own fucking foot to escape the rat trap. They said it was ugly down there, and we were all over the radio about it. You have to be.
Yeah, because it's not going to hurt anything. A lot of companies have gotten them. It's just
Did
the
you say
nature
Mayor
of having
Bloom-
a lot of people in one room.
Mayor Bloomberg's office or something? Was
Yeah,
that true,
I've heard it. I mean,
We don't know for
Bloomingdale's
sure,
got
I
us.
guess.
oh, you know what? I'm wrong. I read Bloomies. I read Bloomies, and I thought they meant Bloomberg. You're right. It's Bloomingdale's. That's even worse.
Yeah, 'cause that's like a
That's
big,
even worse. 'Cause that's a
expensive
fucking store where they sell clothing.
Right,
You don't want to buy clothes there.
You could bring home a nice new sweater with bed bugs in it. Who knows?
But this is a radio place.
Where's Mars? I want to know what Howard's saying about this because he just fucking saved my ass.
Bet you Mars brings them in if they have him. He probably pulls them out of his pubes and his ass hair, his Mexican ass hair.
I've been pissed off. I've been pissed off since Friday, knowing damn well that Howard would absolutely talk about it today. Abso-fucking-lutely.
Do you know Mars wears a wig made out of ass hair? Do you know how weird that is? What a creep. That's why his hair is always combed down. It's taped ass hair. That's why his head stinks.
Mars, what is he saying?
I'm not Mexican.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
no, I didn't say you were. But your hair is
Puerto
made
Ricans
of...
and Mexicans don't like being compared to each
Which
other.
is odd why he'd wear a wig made of Mexican ass hair.
What's up, Bo?
What is Howard saying about the bed bugs?
Well, you know, he's complaining about the chemicals that were used because the dogs are not allowed to sniff that chemical, but it's okay for us. It's like confusing, and we have no ventilation here, and he's just going on and on about the problem that we're having in the building, man.
And he wanted to take today off?
He did.
And they assured him that
Everything's
his work
okay.
environment would be okay.
Absolutely.
Would it be great if Mars just made this up to get you in trouble?
Oh my
it'd
God,
it would be awesome.
fantastic.
I don't mean great, but it would be a
Mars
very
would be
devious move.
hysterical.
That'd be awesome.
Although Mars just came on the air, so he couldn't be.
Yeah.
He's actually telling the truth.
Now, this is public information, right? I won't get in trouble for coming in here and telling you about
Well,
it.
they wanted to know who the leak was about Howard, and apparently you just blew it off yourself, so good job.
I asked you.
Thanks a lot, Jim.
Howard's kind of a big deal, and he's talking about bed bugs.
Yes.
Yep.
It goes against everything they told me on Friday.
But why did
everything?
Mars, why did you say that you'd been bringing them in and sprinkling them about? That's not really a good company policy. Yeah, he sprinkles them about
Out of his
like
salt
pixie
shaker.
dust. Except he jumps and they fall out of his hiney.
The Johnny Appleseed of bed bugs.
Shit, I wouldn't bring him
wandering
bed
about.
bugs.
Jimmy, the look I just got from Jimmy for my Johnny Appleseed of bed bugs line was classic. It was a happy you bombed look. I love that look. So, and then you get the.
It's one of those lines anybody could. It's like you would think of it. The Johnny Appleseed of bed bugs
I
was
should
just.
have just shut up and left it at he sprinkles them about. But I couldn't leave it alone. I just got the impression of Johnny Appleseed.
I understand
Then
how it
got the
happened. Can we hear it again? I like how Ann took us back through his creative process. Except he jumps and they fall out of his hiney.
The Johnny Appleseed of bed bugs.
Shit, I wouldn't bring him
Wandering
bed
about.
bugs.
Just wandering about. It's my favorite part of that.
And Jimmy's laugh is just.
Because he wasn't sure if everybody understood how he got to the Johnny Appleseed thing.
Of course.
That's funny. Oh, I love a good bomb.
Oh, so do I. Except when it's me.
Dude, it's...
wow. I got... I probably shouldn't say his name. I got a friend who travels a lot around the country for his gig. A lot. Like, he's in a different city every fucking week. He goes to a website called bedbugregistry.com to check hotels. Because people will say, fuck, this hotel has the bed bugs. And then he said... I think it's okay. I wrapped my mattress in a painter's drop cloth when I was in New York City 2 weeks ago. Wow. That's how paranoid he is about bringing bed bugs back home to where he lives.
That's a fun way to travel. And then he wraps up the cloth and takes it. And there's bed bugs on the bottom of it.
Yeah, what the fuck is he
Well,
going to do with that?
And then he said, coast looks clear in Dallas for today. So now he's got to be in Dallas today, so he's already looked up on this website.
Look at New York.
Look at this.
Covered the entire Northeast.
Look at this.
Is covered.
And then can you check individual hotels?
Yeah, I used that website when I was looking for an apartment a couple months ago because you can type in an address and you can see all of the buildings and all of the apartments that have in a certain area that have had a report. It's great for looking for a new place or hotels.
Oh, itchy.
Yeah, but we were going to keep the bed bugs thing under wraps around here. Really.
That's all we're talking. It's amazing. It's bird flu
unbelievable.
one year, swine flu the next year.
Now it's bed bugs.
Bed bugs. We're acting like they're fucking AIDS mice. Like they bite you and infect you. I mean, they're annoying and I don't want them, but there's a way to get rid of them. It's like fucking who cares?
Howard, I got another communication. Howard saying he can't get a straight answer from anyone around here today. So there you go. It is a big fucking deal, like I said it would be.
Look at Times Square.
Get my apology immediately. I'm serious.
Okay.
Starting with you know who.
I do.
Gary.
You know the hotel I stay at?
I knew that.
Yeah,
already.
try that.
He doesn't have the skill set to deal with bed bugs either.
Don't say that. It's unkind.
Itching everywhere.
My girlfriend, I had to convince her for like an hour yesterday to go to a movie theater because I wanted to see a movie. And when
Why else would you go there?
For the food. When we
The
got
delicious
there-
meal?
When we got there, I realized she had packed a garbage bag in her purse because she wouldn't sit at any of the chairs in the movie theater without sitting on a garbage bag.
Did she put herself in the garbage bag? That would
No,
be
she
even
just
better.
covered the chair in a
Well,
garbage
that's stupid.
bag.
Then they could climb up her legs.
I know.
You got to
garbage
put
bag
yourself
isn't
in the
gonna do
garbage
That's not that
bag.
bad of an idea, though.
But you got
As
to
they-
put yourself in the garbage bag.
Because they're not good travelers, bed bugs.
I love how
Oh, they're
Sam's talking
cranky.
about bed bugs when look at the fucking nest on his head.
It's not a
perfect
nest.
for bed bugs.
It's
course it is.
it's well kept.
We're birds.
right.
We're locusts.
Fuck is living in there, you think?
It's washed regularly.
Yeah.
That's a nest
yes.
for bed bugs.
No, it's regularly washed with shampoo and conditioner.
It's not conditioner. That fucking dry, frizzy fucking... What do you get, static electricity? If a plane flies over him, his hair stands up.
I condition at least once or twice a week.
So, There you have it.
I think I'm safe.
Yes, Mars.
My hotel isn't showing up on the registry.
Oh, good for you.
Yes.
However, Ant, I did give you that sweatshirt on Thursday.
You did wear a bedbug infested
upstairs.
sweatshirt.
It was in a cabinet and it was brand
When you were
new,
cold and you
but-
put the Sirius XM fucking sweatshirt on.
Uh-huh.
I tweeted that photo too to show how much of a company guy you are.
Shit.
Now I can explain that. It was just that Anthony was fucking cold.
Let me tell you something, though. I wore it, and I didn't get any bedbug bites.
You
so-
don't know. They
I
might have
would-
used that sweatshirt to travel to the
What
nice
do you
fucking
think? They're
compound.
like, shh, don't bite him until he gets home.
Bed
Well,
bugs can remain
well,
dormant for months
Thank
at
you.
a time.
Hey, Ann, if you were a bed bug and all of a sudden you're on your fucking clothing, you're gonna wait to bite you when you get the nice
No, I think
the
they
nice
would,
house.
I think they would just bite. I don't think they're that smart.
You don't think bed bugs are smart?
Oh, look at me. I look so serious XM-ish.
Yeah, well.
What a
I
goody
was-
gumdrops.
I was cold. Fucking Kevin Smith was melting in here. He was fucking melting.
Yeah, we all had a freeze that day.
And we had to turn the air conditioner up full blast, and he was still fanning himself, and I'm right under the grill, so it was blowing on me like fucking crazy. I was freezing. So I had to wear that, and hopefully the cold air killed off any bed bugs.
It's too cold for them.
Yes!
They're like beds. They're like warmth.
They're like warm beds.
Getting under the covers.
That's why I didn't get bitten.
They're like the bug people. They should call them the bed pestes or something, you know? Something like that, whatever. Pest or bug drive you crazy. You know, sometimes whatever. I can't, you know. It's too early.
Let me. We're gonna learn about bed bugs now. We got Mike in Massachusetts. Mike.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, brother?
No, it's fucking. I think those bed bug dogs are bullshit because what if they don't want them to smell the chemicals? I think that's probably just because they don't want them to come back in and bark like crazy.
Well, imagine you're a bed bug guy and you got a dog. Why the fuck would you go into business and not have your dog bark? Think about it. It's the greatest scam ever.
Yeah.
It's gonna bark anyways.
Of course it's going to bark anyways. You're going to get money off every company.
Yep.
Whether they have bed bugs or not.
It doesn't matter. Those dogs are gonna go in. They're just saying they don't want to smell the chemicals because they know they're gonna bark anyways.
Right. I'm not buying into the whole barking dog bed bug thing yet.
So maybe we never had them at all.
That's a possibility.
I would think that.
Someone said they
bet
actually
that's
haven't
true.
seen any bed bugs. Have they seen bed bugs around
No,
here, Mars? No one
nobody's
has
seen
actually
any.
seen it.
I
Has
wonder-
anyone been bitten?
I wonder
No.
if something else will trigger that. Like if there's another scent that reminds a dog. Like maybe they don't tell you that. Maybe there's a couple of things that smell so similar. Like the dog
Like
will.
another dog's balls.
Yeah, or
love that.
Or roach shit, or a flea.
Yes.
There were rumors that there could have been false positives with the dogs barking, but they wanted to take every possible precaution to protect us, the SiriusXM employees.
Well, that's very, very nice
They're
of
good
them.
people here.
That is very nice of them.
Mars?
This is what they do. They come in with the dog and some bugs in a vial, and they'll have you put the vial somewhere in your house, like you hide it. The dog doesn't
Under your
see it.
bed and then it breaks. Yeah.
You got bed bugs.
And
Why
then-
do you have to fucking hide it? The dog isn't going to know where you put it by just.
by his scent. He'll find it.
Just so you know they're not scamming.
Right, but they
you.
probably just coat the jar with something.
Yeah, fucking roast beef.
It's
It's
just-
wrapped up in roast beef.
There's half a peanut butter wrapper on it. Or it's dog nip instead of catnip.
I don't think they make that, Chip.
All right, well.
They should. Funny
Yes, they
anyway.
should.
Thank you, Mikey.
Tell dog nip to people.
The stuff
Yeah,
I have to deal with, I'm stupefied.
Stupefied.
Just people that aren't on my intelligence level at all.
We will
At all.
have a great time after the show.
Oh, it better start with an apology from him too.
Oh, good luck with that one.
Yeah, I don't know. Then we're gonna have a problem.
Good luck with that one.
We're gonna have a fucking problem.
All right, no bed bugs at my address either. Believe me, this bed bug registry is a fucking hit with the kid.
You like it?
Can you check mine, Jimmy, please?
I will, yes.
I couldn't see it. The buildings are
What's your address exactly?
too new.
Yeah.
The buildings.
But
oh my God, Mike, I just
You
like.
just get
I
my-
entered Anthony's address. It said no bed bugs or girls over 18 were found at this address. Yay.
itch.
I know, it makes you itch, right?
I'm
I'm not as bad as you, and I'm itching.
Because I'm just
like,
feeling like talking about it has
Right.
got me conscious of every little.
I'm not worried about it in the
Little
studio
feeling.
here. I'm not. What are they going to do? Fuck, where are they going to live? In the console? Fuck them. They don't want to be
And
here.
while we have Sam here, did Fezzi have a heart attack? What's going on with Fezzi?
I don't exactly
He had
know.
some kind of heart issue?
Yeah,
Was
a
it
heart attack.
Was it a heart attack?
I don't exactly know what it was, but
and then
he did have to go back to the hospital on Friday.
Is he all right?
I think he's still in the hospital. He's okay. He's not.
But
You know,
then people are blaming it on me fucking wanting to take a day off Friday.
maybe he got stressed out.
I don't think they were being.
By the way,
serious.
That's your number, right?
Dude, don't even. Are you fucking with me? Because just how I see your face.
No bed bugging counter.
Can I get some zippity doodah music?
Somebody had to use his all my acting powers and my skills.
Oh, you got me.
act.
You
That
actually
was
got me
scary.
really good.
That was scary.
See, I wrote down the number and I held it up to Ope.
Yes, like that's the number because
Wow, you got me good.
Weren't you to blame for Fez's first heart attack?
But and I had to explain that too. By the way, I took a day off not to actually travel up to homecoming. I had something else going on in the morning that was very, I shouldn't say very personal, but some shit I had to deal with
in the morning.
Okay,
Was it worth hurting Fez?
it was just a coincidence that I was also flying out. I actually flew out, which would have been the end of the show, way after the end of the show.
It's okay.
Fezzy? Yeah. I think he might have been released, but I think he's still in the hospital. He was definitely on Friday.
I saw the
is in the
picture.
hospital?
Oh, yeah.
I saw the picture of Ronnie with him.
202 Friends, I believe, on
Yeah.
Twitter had the picture of Ronnie giving him a Sports Illustrated.
Yeah,
Ronnie visits Fez in the hospital, but Fez doesn't visit Ronnie in the hospital.
Don't get him.
That's right. Ron and Fez started a little late on Friday.
Why?
Because Ronnie was in the hospital with Fez, I think.
Fez had a bad lettuce wrap sandwich Thursday night.
I don't know if
I don't know
that's
what
the
that
case.
means.
They make fun of Fez for ordering lettuce wraps at bars.
Yeah. I know.
Why would you do that?
Not at a bar.
You ever see the lettuce they bring
Yeah.
into those places?
They keep it under the counter.
Right. It's just
Behind the jackets and shoes. Should have left it alone, Jimbo, but you got greedy.
No.
I had a moderate laugh from Sam, and I tried to push it like it was going to be Pryor's monkey dick in the ear bit.
well, I hope Fezzi's doing okay.
Let's see that picture. What is that? Oh,
I want to get Vinny on the phone, too, if he's willing to come on.
Yeah, because Vinny, wow, we got so much going on.
where is he?
Well,
The
we got to
fucking-
talk about it.
It looks like he's in the hospital they brought Vito Corleone to.
Yeah,
That
no
is an
kidding.
old ass looking hospital.
Hope he doesn't have bed bugs.
Oh my God! Could you see if he gets MRSA and bed bugs?
What's the title of this picture? Ronnie visits Chris Kringle in the hospital? Poor Fez.
You know what? I got to say it. Radio bit.
You think this is a bit?
Yeah, I think that's Fezzi's apartment. Radio bit.
What you think he's got like
Radio
electronic equipment though?
Yeah.
There's just enough in there to make it look like a hospital.
They're doing a radio bit.
Maybe.
Everyone says that about everything.
I know.
It's terrible.
It's like
knows
Andy
it.
Kaufman when he had cancer, nobody believed him.
Yeah.
Right. Ronnie knows a thing or two about being a carny, so I'm going radio bit.
I read too
Radio
much
bit
shit.
on this one.
I read too much shit about us that goes, it's obviously such a bit, and you're like, you are so fucking
And you know
stupid.
and you know what the real answer is.
Yeah.
Here, let's ask Nicole if she's got any bed bugs on her fucking.
Oh, they're gonna be afraid
Body.
to talk about it.
You guys got bed bugs.
Any bed bugs?
Are you allowed to talk about the bed bugs?
I was told no. I was told no one would want to come up here if we talked about bed bugs.
Well, Howard fucking went off on it.
Really?
So, and I got in trouble
Oh,
Friday.
is that the reason? Because
that makes sense.
guests wouldn't want to come up and get bed bugs.
Yeah, would you want to? If someone's like, "Hey, Ann, come here," but there's a bunch of bugs here.
I work
But
here.
But the problem is, you can't keep that info from getting out.
They said they didn't even find bed bugs, just the scent of bugs.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is that? The
Someone's
scent
wearing the perfume scent of bed bugs.
Yeah. It's when you take a bunch of bed bug shit and you smear it behind your ears.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
Ah, it's wonderful.
Stanley T, what do you got on the bed bugs? Anything?
Oh, no, right. We'll be back after this special message from Mr. Krabs. Hold on.
Oh, damn. Crabs.
Get it?
Yeah.
Because that's where it's going next.
Oh.
Crabs.
Bye, Stan.
Take it easy.
It's always nice when you can come in and lob out a quick bomb and then fucking...
At least it'll kill the bed
Just
bugs,
run
that bomb.
away.
Wow. He fucking put down decon
Right.
and just walked out. Now we're left to clean up the mess.
Oh, shit.
You got to burn that sweatshirt when you get home, man. The Sirius XM thing.
Yeah, where is it right now? I think it's in my laundry.
Well, there you go. You got
Well, then they're already on your other clothes then.
It's in the hamper. And that shit's going into fucking scalding hot washer water.
Once you put it in a washer, good.
It's dead.
We finally have a reason
Don't
why
worry about it.
Vinny Branch should do our show, and he's not really sure if he wants to talk about it. I guess I understand.
He's being
that.
respectful.
But we'll tell you what we know about Greg Giraldo. We don't know much, though, I don't think.
The reason I want to get Vinny, if he wants to do it, is because it's like there's rumors that Greg tried to kill himself, and I'm hearing that is not at all true.
I heard it was accidental.
Accidental. So it's like you want to get it accurately. I don't want to have anything.
Right.
Okay, we'll have him in 10 minutes, so we'll talk.
Oh, good. All right. So Vinny will be on after the break, and also this amazing news story that just hit the wire. That's hilarious. We didn't get to it this break because we had to do the bed bug thing. Because thank God Howard talked about the bed bugs. Because it was driving me insane. I'm like, of course he's going to talk about it. Of course he is.
Matt Lauer does a lot of Obama interviews. I'm jealous.
Why would you want to talk to Obama?
He's the president.
Yeah, but what is he going to say?
Love to talk to Obama.
He's going to say a bunch of shit to try to get Democrats elected. Oh, God. Now you hear Democrats, some Democrats are like, well, we're kind of thinking of extending those Bush tax cuts.
The guy next to me on the...
shut up. You're
Sorry?
lying. Not you, Jimmy.
Oh. The guy next to me was saying that he thinks that they're going to nominate Hillary. I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, you really think that the incumbent's not going to get the nomination? You can't do that to your party. What do you think? Are they not going to nominate Obama?
All depends. If there's a blowout in November and the Democrats lose a lot of seats, then I could see them maybe looking toward... Here's what they'll do. They'll go to Obama and go, look, motherfucker,
you got to say you don't want to do
out.
this. Yeah.
So you have to say, I will not seek, nor shall I accept my party's nomination for president of the
I wish it
United
would have worked out better. I like Obama. I
No,
really do.
no, you don't.
I do. As a
Shut
guy.
it. No.
As a guy, I like him.
I don't.
I don't. I just do. I don't know why I do. Maybe because I think that he's inexperienced, but he's not as much as a scumbag politician to me as a lot of the other
Look what
ones.
he did in Chicago. He's awful.
He has good intentions.
Terrible. No, he doesn't. He's got fucking socialist intentions.
He's too socialist. Politically, I don't agree with a lot of what he does.
Oh, he's
He's
terrible.
way too liberal for me, but I do like him.
Way too fucking liberal. Enough. Goodbye. Goodbye. Him and Pelosi.
I don't like her.
Bye.
I don't like her at all.
Now they're talking about, no raising taxes on the middle class. Oh, really? Middle class in this day and age is over $250,000 a year per household. You're totally talking about raising their taxes. And now that the election's coming up, no, we're not so. And then they're saying that they're going to take a little vacation for the election, so they might not be able to vote on either holding over the Bush tax cuts or no middle class tax cuts until after the election. Do you honestly think if they do hold on to the House and the Senate and that they would go, yeah, let's extend these tax breaks? No, they're just going to tax the fuck out of you. They had their chance. They fucked up. I'm so voting against every Democrat I possibly can. I urge you to also. Please register to vote and vote against the incumbent Democrats. Cocksuckers. Wow. Had to add that in because it's satellite radio.
Nice. Yeah, I know. You gotta make it edgy.
Yeah.
Hey,
I like Matt Lauer. He's a good interviewer.
Sam, stick around because we might have to set the wrestler death clock again.
Yes, we do.
Oh, my God. It's unbelievable.
I have the entire 2010 list, by the way.
250. Chris is saying 250,000 is not middle class. In certain parts of the country, you're right. In any metropolitan urban area where business is being done and apartments cost fucking $9,000 a month to rent, it is middle class, dummy. All right? Go fuck that mother. That's all I ever have is telling people to have sex with their mother. I don't know why, but it's all I got.
Because it's hot. You're trying to bring the sexy back into the show. I got a tinkle.
Yeah, badly.
Should we take a quick break and have Vinny when we come back? Because he's coming on in about 6 minutes.
We're going to have Vinny. We're going to talk to Sam because another wrestler died. I mean, we started this dumb bit about almost a year ago, 10 months ago.
Yeah.
And it's still going strong.
Yeah,
I thought the bit would go away.
It's actually going stronger than ever, unfortunately.
We'll explain after the break, and also this great news story that it's a tragedy that will make you laugh your ass off. Simple as that.
That's not the Greg story.
Stay there. No, of course not.
Sirius XM, the virus. Yeah, this is the Opie and Anthony Show.
like I'm in my basement for karaoke.
Wow, you're not alone. Where's
Oh, Vinny's not going to do the show.
Oh, he doesn't want to?
Yeah.
All right, maybe they asked him not to.
Yeah, a guy we know very well. Has done our show a bunch.
Greg Giraldo.
Greg Giraldo, who was just one of the judges on Last Comic Standing. Did a great job on that show. Looked like he's getting his life back together, and then this news comes out about him ODing.
Right.
They're saying it's not a suicide attempt.
Yeah, I'm hoping
They're saying
not.
prescription pills.
You hear so many mixed reports. It's like I don't want to say because he's my friend. You know, it's fucking horrible.
What
do you know?
I honestly, I know that he missed the Stress Factory Saturday, and
He was playing at Vinny's Club. That's why we wanted Vinny on the line. You
Yeah.
know, the owner of the Stress Factory, which we beat up all the time on the show. But we
He's-
actually were going to have him on the phone for a serious little
for real, yeah.
spot here.
And he's in the hospital. I've heard he was in a coma, and then I've heard that he is stabilized, meaning he's not getting any worse, and not out of the woods yet. But it was a good
breathing
sign
on
that
his
he's
own, I
stable.
hear?
I don't know. I honestly didn't even get that
See,
much info.
who
I
knows?
don't know much.
At least in that condition, he could be the producer of our show.
I'm sure he's overqualified at that point. But hopefully Greg will be okay. He's a great guy, and he's a fucking brilliant comedian. And it's
Yes.
just, it's like, come on.
Any of his specials or his, the roast that you see him on?
He's got three
brilliant.
sons. Come on, man. Fucking just pull through and get on with things and cut the shit.
Right. Last time he was on, he was talking about all his demons. He was pretty honest with us.
Very honest.
Although the one thing where he said he was sort of, clean, we all kind of looked like, who are we to judge, obviously,
Sure.
but it was a bit suspicious.
He might have been, and then sometimes you go back and there's some guys that just struggle with it.
Do you self-centered piece of shit comics ever think of like interventions or anything?
It's hard to do because, like you could, but it's like Levy's another guy who just won't stop. And I don't even know this. I've heard this could also have been an accidental overdose of a prescription. So I don't know what happened here. This might have been an accidental thing. I don't know if Greg was partying or not.
Just get all the info on the table because it's in the paper today. They're saying there was a wild scene in his hotel room.
They say that, yeah.
A witness said. So who
Could have
knows?
been anything. Could have been somebody else on the
witness
floor having people up there, and they assumed that it was the comedian.
Right. But the papers report that. But the paper prints a lot of lies. They love doing that shit. So who knows?
Liars.
Who knows?
Yeah, hopefully he's okay, man. He's such a fucking great guy, and he's just a great comic, and he's got kids. It's like, come on, Greg.
Yeah.
But again, if this was accidental, I don't think it was a suicide attempt. It's like he knows he's got 3 boys. He can't. I don't think he's thinking that.
E-Rock should pull the last time he was on the show talking about all the demons he's been dealing with. That would be a pretty interesting listen today. Maybe at the end of the show when we get out of here at 10:30.
I had a comic call me yesterday because I found out about it Saturday night.
Yeah.
And a comic called me yesterday, and we're talking, and then he just starts crying on the phone. Like he had just found out. He's like, I didn't realize this was going to make me emotional. It's really awkward. That was fine.
Bob Kelly.
No, I wish it was Bob so I could have brained him.
Whiner.
By that I mean put some in his head.
Well, speaking of comics, something good, though. Did you see Colin on Larry King?
Colin was on Larry King?
Colin was on Larry King?
What were they picking out? Who's more out of touch?
That's huge.
When?
It was, what was it, Thursday or something like that?
I didn't know.
It was Jerry Seinfeld's last appearance on Larry King because Larry King is retiring.
Was that Larry's last show or no?
No, Larry's last show is December 18th, I think, something like that. And Jerry was on. Jerry on Larry King is fucking hysterical. He rags Larry King worse than we do. If
Did
you
he
could
do it
get
again?
Yes.
Because the last audio we played and had a lot of fun with. The guy's got to get it.
It was brutal. Like Jerry just lays
man,
into
we should
Larry.
have this in front of us
well,
right now.
I'm sure these guys can grab it in like 2 seconds. And then he brings on Colin. And Colin comes on, and because Jerry is producing or directing Colin's show on Broadway.
And I believe he's one of the producers.
Yeah, he's one of the
He's
producers.
both.
Yeah.
And Jerry is, because people respect Jerry, a lot of them paid more serious attention to this show like they should have. And they realized how fucking brilliant it was.
Yeah, yeah.
I say this for Seinfeld. I'll always love Seinfeld. He loves fucking Colin Quinn.
Yeah, he
Jerry
does.
loves Colin and has always trying to reach out. Jerry acts like a friend to Colin. Like,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
should. And they've been friends for 25 years.
You could tell.
And he treats him like a friend. I love Seinfeld for that.
You could definitely tell. And they were going through some old clips of Jerry on Larry King, like from the 80s, late 80s through the 90s. And it was really interesting to see the change. But
it's
Jerry
a long
apparently
piece.
has always beat the shit out of Larry
I don't know what the
King.
hell this thing is. And I watch Elmo every morning. I think, you know what? Let him bust his little red ass.
Jerry is headed for Broadway.
All right, we'll
Jerry is headed for Broadway.
We'll get the guys to get the highlights from the whole thing. I didn't know that was going down.
I had. there he is, right there.
There's
Colin.
History of the world in 75 minutes. Debuts, you said November 9th, right?
I said, no, that's 13 days after Jerry's wife's book really comes out.
October 26th,
October
Jerry's
20
wife's book comes out.
28 now.
20. Stop.
26, Jerry.
Okay.
26.
All right. All right. Tell me about
My
this show.
wife's
and
book.
Why are you producing a Broadway show?
I'm directing, Larry.
Directing. Oh,
I
you're
wear a cape. I have a beret. I have a cane.
He sits like this in his third row.
I don't know.
Really?
How did this come about?
Look at
This
nervous
is a great
Colin.
story. We started this in the spring. Right?
Pause just for 1 second, though. Can I say frumpy Colin? His fucking. You're on Larry King. At least he's wearing a suit, but his shirt collar's all poked up to the right.
His suit's a little ill-fitting.
Oh, it's hilarious.
He's slumping forward a little too much,
Yeah,
right?
what do you know?
Well, you know, the collar, sometimes it stays. Sometimes you got to wear your uncle's clothing when you go on TV.
I borrowed the suit.
Well, you know.
Well, the guys will get the best moments down the hall. And then
It's pretty short.
And then
Is
we'll
it
go-
short?
Yeah.
No, I want to hear the whole thing, though.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Breakfast together, Colin and I, multiple times a week. Like you go to Nate and Al's, right?
Right.
We have a place there. I'm not going to mention the name.
Okay.
It's not the diner from Seinfeld.
What is it?
And
He just
I
bombed
said
right
to
there.
him, I said, you know what you should do? You should do a one-man show because one of the things that a comedian has that no other person, an actor doesn't have, is if you don't feel like dealing with networks or producers, you can go right to the audience and present what you do.
I like how Jerry's
And
letting
he was
Colin
looking to
talk.
do something, and he was thinking of television and movies, and you're talking to people and having meetings, and it gets annoying. And he said, let's just do a one-man show where you can just go out and do your thing.
What's the history of the world in 75 minutes?
Jerry wasn't done. Now look, Larry, the history of the world in 75 minutes.
So he goes and writes this thing.
Oh. Colin, I don't know why you're laughing.
I don't know.
Okay. What is the history?
Nobody's paying attention. You know, you ask Barry to read this letter. He goes, I don't want to read that one. I read another one. And you let him get away with it. You're Larry King. You should have said Barry. I don't
care.
All right, I'm sorry.
What is the history of the world?
Colin's like a fish out of water on Larry King.
He's cooking.
He's rolling tonight.
What is the history of the world in 75 minutes?
It's just that. That's exactly what it is.
And what is it that you don't get about
Will
that?
you begin with Genesis?
Well, no.
No,
Larry.
no.
Larry,
Way before that.
You know, Larry, no offense, I start with the New Testament. No, I'm kidding. We start with the cavemen. We get to Genesis in a way.
You
sort
have
of a-
cavemen.
We start with the
and
cavemen.
then the birth of Larry King right after that. Oh, I'm sorry. I made a joke.
The Greeks.
Excuse me.
The Greeks first.
For making fun of anything.
The Greeks first.
Well, when you're directing a one-man show, what do you tell them? Move to the left, stand there. What do you do?
That's what I do. Exactly that. Move to the
What
left.
does the director who directs a 10-person show say? Move to the left.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
go, well, who do you have to know to get a latte around here? That's what I do.
It's all a monologue, right there.
It's-
Or you
it's-
have
it's-
background scenes. Yeah.
All this background scenes, yeah. Love bunch of
monologue.
background stuff and music and lighting and everything.
But Colin really has a very, he's very smart. He doesn't seem smart. But he's very intelligent. He's well-read. And he knows about culture and, different
He's smart,
empires.
right? And that
He's
works
really
for him.
smart, yeah.
Erudite.
He's
Just the
erudite.
fact that I know the word erudite should tell you I'm kind of smart.
He knows about, Serbian empires and Ottomans and...
Will the public get it, though?
Yeah, it's a comedy. Must see, I know comedy. He's
But do you know
smart.
Serbian empires?
No.
No.
I don't know half of what he's talking about.
So why are we going to let? We're going to
Because
let.
we present it as a comedy. It's a comedy telling of the history of the world in 75 minutes. Is that clear,
Did you
Larry?
write it? Did you write it all?
He wrote the whole thing.
You're the director.
I'm the director.
Are you nervous?
Have you ever seen? This doesn't look like Broadway to you.
No.
You're thinking Broadway?
This is a little
Maybe off
Fontaine, it
Broadway.
ain't.
Yeah, no.
Tommy Tune, Christian Chenoweth. That's what I like.
Are you nervous about opening night?
Oh, we're terrified.
Are you in rehearsal?
Sure, we're in rehearsal. We rehearsed yesterday.
Yeah.
What are you? You knew the 75 minutes. You know what you're doing. There's
Yeah.
no intermission, I guess.
No
No.
intermission.
Here's the great appeal, and this is why you will love a show like this. You think, I could be at dinner by 9.
That's right. You're dead by 9.
Yeah.
You're asleep by 12 and 8 hours the next morning.
So you can pitch this easy to people.
This is why
Get
people
out
love
early.
this show. We will get you the hell out of there. That is why people love this show.
No, you will like it if they look at their watch.
Yeah.
That means you're succeeding.
Yeah.
You won't like it.
I apologize if it's 76 minutes.
He's been on a roll. I'm not going to make it to the next segment, am I? Be honest with you.
But November 9th.
But wait a minute.
Helen Hayes Theater.
You know how rare it is? You know, because you know a little bit about this business. We started in how many seats down there in 45 Bleecker? 100
Oh, you
seats.
did it off Broadway.
We did a
100
100-seat theater. Investors came in. They loved the show. They said, we didn't want to take it to Broadway.
No.
We were just screwing around. And they go, this is a Broadway show. We went, really? And they go, yeah, we'll put up all the money.
It is true.
You didn't put up any of your money?
No. Wow.
Good luck, Colin.
Thank you, Larry.
We'll be back with more of this. By the way, if you understand this, please send us a card. I understand this. CNN. Don't
Larry's
go away.
mouth is very creepy. He looks like a piranha.
Yeah, Larry's drying out like an apple.
Dude, it looks like they put an old middle of the face, a young middle face on an old face.
Yes.
Like aliens. Should be attacking Sigourney Weaver.
Fucking good for
The,
Colin. though.
yeah,
Jesus,
Seinfeld
Larry
loves him,
King.
man.
Nice.
All the guys have to pull is at the beginning when when Jerry comes out.
Okay.
He just starts beating the shit out of Larry King.
right.
He's hilarious on Larry King, man.
Oh, he's really fucking funny. He did not stop. He was relentless.
Why don't we go back a few years ago when Jerry did the B movie?
Oh yeah, yeah.
This is a classic clip from Larry King we like playing from time to time.
Lasted how long?
9 years.
Talking about Seinfeld here.
Oh,
right?
he
Yeah.
actually brings this up in
Again?
in
Okay.
this interview.
This was
saying it was one of his favorite times, or the favorite things that Larry ever
Okay,
asked
good.
him.
Yeah, because Larry was asking him about Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Lasted how long?
9 years. 180 episodes.
You gave it up, right?
I did. So.
They didn't cancel you. You canceled them.
You're not aware of this?
No, I'm asking you.
You think I got canceled? Are you under the impression that I got canceled?
Have I hurt you, Jerry?
I thought that was pretty well documented.
Don't
This is
most shows
is this
go
still
down-
CNN?
Don't most shows go down a little?
Most people do also. But, yeah, no, I went off the air. I was the #1 show on television, Larry.
You were
Do you know who I am?
Jewish guy, Brooklyn.
Yes.
Okay.
75 million viewers last
Okay.
episode.
What? You don't
Was
take
like
it so
10.
bad.
Well, that's a big difference between being canceled and being #1.
Okay, I'm sorry. We'll be right back.
Jeez.
B-movie opens.
Can
B-movie
we get a
opens.
resume in here for me?
B-movie opens
Larry can go
tomorrow.
over?
We'll be right back.
And Larry tries to laugh his way
that's
through
great.
his lack of fucking knowing anything.
That is fucking great. You weren't
DUI
canceled.
arrest.
All right, let's get it.
All right, sorry.
Weren't canceled, were you?
Yeah. Not aware of this, Larry. So here's a wonderful little story. Segway company owner
yes.
dies. That's right. The owner of the Segway company died. And this is how he died. He rode a two-wheeled machine off cliff. That's right. The owner of the Segway company died riding a Segway off the cliff.
At least he went the way he wanted to. On his
Screaming?
Segway, screaming as he's plummeting.
Humiliated.
with a two-wheeled moron device.
Right. Jim Heselton, I guess, the owner of the Segway company, has died after riding one of the two-wheeled machines off a cliff and into a river. The multi-millionaire businessman, 62, fell into the river wharf while inspecting the grounds of his North Yorkshire estate on a rugged country version of the Segway. So he's
wow, it's like an off-road version? Well, they got like knobby tires on there and shit?
Segway is a motorized scooter which uses blah, blah, blah. A passerby found Jim Heselton alongside a Segway in the Boston Spa area at about 11:40 a.m. on Sunday.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oops.
He fell from the cliff above. A Segway-style vehicle was recovered. He was pronounced dead at the scene. At this time, we do not believe the death to be suspicious. Of course not.
Is that the whole thing is suspicious? I think it's just odd.
Right.
Oh, is that the off-road one?
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Look at the fucking tires in that, huh?
Oh. Well.
That's some irony right there.
That is
right?
a little ironic that he dies on the thing.
Isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
Oh, the off-road one's right there. That looks pretty powerful.
That looks badass.
Jesus. Why is Tanner Boyle on it? There's a young blonde lad having himself a Segway ride, probably riding away from a molester. Hey, careful.
Did he make his millions from the Segway, and then the Segway kills him in the end?
No.
Or was he already? He already.
I think he took over the company. His company bought their company.
Oh,
something like
okay.
I leave you my fortune. Get the bag, Norton. Get the bag.
Get the bag, Norton. I'm rich. How great was that? Get the bag, Norton.
Get the bag, Norton.
That idiot had a bag with him.
What a dope.
Is Sam going to do the wrestling thing?
Oh, yeah. This is
if Sam can
more
come
tragic.
down the hall.
Is this more tragic than Segway? No. It would be if the Segway thing happened every week.
Yeah.
If someone fell off a cliff on a Segway every week.
Sam's bringing in notes and everything.
What?
So
is he preparing?
For the newer listeners, or maybe you don't know this bit, we started just a goofy little bit. When? About 10 months ago?
Yeah, I'll say
we noticed a while ago that the wrestlers like to die.
I don't know if they like to.
They like to die.
They
in
tend
numbers.
to.
They tend to die very easily. So we started a goofy bit. We're like, let's see if we could go 100 days, was it?
Yeah,
100 days without a dead wrestler. We started this 10 months ago. We still haven't gone 100 days.
No, I mean, we haven't even really gone close to 100 days.
Really?
The closest we went is 77 days.
So where are we at with the 100-day bit with the wrestlers dying?
Well, the countdown now, what's today's date?
Well, this happened a few days ago, too, at this point. But today's date is the 27th of September.
Right, so technically 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're at 5 days without a death.
I'm thinking 5 days.
Without a death so far.
I'm thinking, all right, Giant Gonzalez, probably, 68, 69 years old.
And you can understand because he's like, I don't know, how tall was he? Almost 8 foot tall? Or
Almost
something?
8 feet tall.
Yeah.
He also wrestled as El Gigante.
And they wanted him to be the next Andre the Giant so badly.
But he had to be an old guy to have a heart attack like that, right?
Oh, I thought he was decapitated by a ceiling fan. A fucking helicopter got him. Other tall things. Insert joke.
That's how they made him dress?
Yeah, except that's his
he had to
later
wear a bodysuit.
That's his
with fake
later
muscles on it?
later outfit. His original outfit had real hair, not painted on hair.
Ah.
They had painted on hair on the guy?
See, yeah, they wanted him to be like Bigfoot. He was just
Maybe
a very
he died of
intimidating.
humiliation.
Yeah.
No, he's very intimidating.
Yeah. But he couldn't speak English, so the WWE didn't really have much use for him.
How did he wrestle so old, though?
He had to be accompanied by Harvey Whippleman to do his talking for him. But in response to your question, Anthony,
Yes.
He wasn't quite as he was older than like me, for instance. But he wasn't quite as old as
I'm thinking
your
from the ailment, it
estimate.
had to have been an old guy.
He passed away at the age of 44.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
Oh,
What the
see,
fuck?
that's different.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he passed away 11 days after Bastion Booger.
Bastion Booger.
Right.
We remember
he
talking
was
about him.
53.
Yeah. I feel like we just talked about him.
Bastion Booger. Well, that's because it was 11 days ago.
It was only 11, so we did just talk about him.
Bastion Booger passed away 15 days after Luna Vachon.
So So we could almost cut this bit down to let's go a month without a death.
Let's go a fucking week.
Who passed away 14 days after Skandar Akbar, who just made the list because I capped the list at age 75, and he died at 75. And Skandar passed away 6 days after Lance Cade, who passed away on August 13th at the age of 29. So since August 13th,
which is a month and a half ago,
we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wrestlers.
5 wrestlers in the last month and a half.
Away.
This is like a war. This is like war dead are chalking up.
This is unbelievable. We can't go 100 days.
No. And now they're finally all guys that I watched when I was a kid. The 90s guys are all now getting taken out.
That's it. Yeah, the 90s guys are gone.
Look at how
now.
big he is compared to The Undertaker. And The Undertaker's a big guy.
The Undertaker, huge.
He died of a heart attack at 44?
I don't exactly.
I don't know how he died.
He just, tall people die very young.
Wow.
Andre the Giant was not old.
Well, those crazy tall, like genetic mutation, pituitary problem guys.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
No, it's a rarity when you walk around a big city to see an old, tall guy.
Yeah,
and when
it
you
doesn't happen.
When you do see one, you kind of like take it back a little bit. Like, wow, that's something you just don't see a lot of. Think about it. You never see a guy over, I don't know, what would you say, 6'5", 6'6"?
Yeah.
That's old.
That's old.
I mean,
God, he's a big fuck.
Look at the size of
Oh,
Giant
this guy was
Gonzalez.
huge.
Yeah, yeah.
And The Undertaker is like 6'7".
The Undertaker is a giant man, and
somebody get Harvey Whippleman off the ring apron.
Oh, Harvey Whippleman, get down.
It's Dr. Harvey Whippleman.
Sorry.
This guy is big.
The Giant Gonzalez?
Yeah, that's probably why they called him that.
He was supposed to be at a convention like 6 months ago and couldn't make it, I guess, due to health reasons.
Health issues.
Wow. 44.
44.
What a big coffin he must have had.
Yeah, or they just broke his legs and folded them.
Oh, we've heard things over the years.
Yeah,
they
he's,
do what they can to get you
some
in that
people,
box.
they-
You know.
How big was his cock? I have to know. It was either 6 or 17.
I believe he played basketball for the Atlanta Hawks for one season.
Gonzalez did?
I think so.
Really?
He didn't do
poorly,
much.
I guess.
Yeah, he
Ate
didn't
the ball.
He didn't do much. He wasn't a terribly athletic guy. He wasn't specifically good at wrestling.
But if you're 6'5" in kindergarten, wouldn't you pick up a basketball and start practicing, going, I think I can make a lot of money?
Or
if
find
I
a
continue to grow? What's wrong with these
spandex
tall guys?
jumpsuit and you could be a wrestler.
Right.
He's a very boring wrestler, and he's slow, and he doesn't have many good moves.
But who gives a shit to see an 8-foot guy in a ring
he's
like
not
that? You
selling
wanna,
the moves
You want to
either.
check it out.
He was the king of wrestling 3 jobbers at a time. Like, then it was
3
exciting.
jobbers.
Yeah, because he would just come and wrestle like 3 jobbers at a time and pile them up on top of each other and pin
Like the
them.
Brooklyn Brawler would come out. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iron Mike Sharp.
Iron Mike Sharp. Wow.
You just insulted the Brooklyn Brawler. He's not a jobber.
Oh, my God. Is he such
He's
a
just
jobber.
above jobber.
He's head of the jobbers. He's like...
He's most famous jobber, definitely.
He would be
Come
like
on.
when...
He doesn't want to think.
He's like when Sam appoints
He's
like
that.
the executive intern.
Right, he's the executive jobber.
He's the executive jobber, which means nothing, by the way.
Yeah. But executive intern does mean something.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
So I guess we got to reset the clock.
Yes.
We're up to 5 days trying to get to 100.
Yes, he died on September 22nd, 2010.
So we're trying to get to 100.
Yeah, 2010 has had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 deaths so far.
9 deaths in 2010.
And things have really ramped up as of August. I mean, half of those are August and
You know,
after.
You talked to X-Pac recently, too.
Yeah, he was feeling very honest for some reason.
X-Pac was huge in the WWF.
Yeah.
Did he make it to the WWE when they had to change their name?
Yes.
He was in there for a while?
Yeah, he definitely was. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people know X-Pac big time, and he was...
He was the 1, 2, 3 kid in another life.
He was wandering through these halls and decided to just open up to Sam.
Well, yeah.
And then no one picked up your interview, by the way. No one's talking about it, and he has some crazy shit to say.
He was stuck in New York, and I guess nobody needed this studio I was in, so he ended up talking to me for 40 minutes about stuff he probably shouldn't have been talking about.
Are you saying all this stuff's worth playing?
Well, I mean, that's why I separated it into whatever maybe...
Should we start with the getting arrested?
That was what was on TMZ recently.
Okay, check this out. X-Pac talking to Sam.
What brings you to New York, first of all?
Well, I was here this past weekend for a... they have conventions, here.
Do they?
Well, they have several in this area.
Yeah.
So I was just here for that. And ended up I did a couple of interviews, shot a couple of interviews, one with Kevin Nash, and ended up getting my wallet stolen by some crazy bitch that fell off the wagon. She started drinking in
China? Oh, you were with her?
Well, no, she was like the limo driver's wife or something crazy.
Boy. At who brought you to the convention?
Yeah, it was ridiculous, man. And like, I mean, I was at a friend's room. I'm not going to say who it was. And
He's another wrestler, though?
Yeah, we were shooting an interview. And
shooting
the girl
an interview.
comes out naked, plops on the bed, pissed all over the fucking bed.
What?
Yeah.
That's the limo driver's wife?
Yeah.
And then
the bitch stole my wallet.
How'd she steal your wallet?
Well, I had changed I changed into some shorts.
Uh-huh.
And, my bad.
And there it goes.
You know what? We might have to play a lot of this because this really gives you an insight of what the fuck's going on with these guys.
It really does.
Damn. You know, and a lot of these guys are just dropping because they're doing whatever they're doing.
Yeah. He said, what's he doing in a hotel room with something? He's been in the business for as long as he had. He's as old as he is, and he's still shooting interviews in hotel rooms, and naked women are pissing on hotel beds.
On the bed.
What's going on?
Stole his wallet.
He should have made a lot of money.
Yeah.
In his heyday. He should be set for a while.
Yeah.
All right, then it continues. X-Pac.
All right, well, that's an interesting story to be.
Yeah, and so, but then I got thrown in jail for 4 hours or something.
What'd you get thrown in jail for?
For weed. I had some weed in my pocket.
He's very open.
And all he's doing, he sat down. I didn't pry anything out. I just said, what brings you to New York?
Yeah. And now there's some weed.
Dude, this goes into steroids and drugs, China's clit. And and then him, I'll save the last part for last.
Yeah.
Last part for last.
I had some weed in my pocket going to the airport with no ID, trying to get on the plane. What a
so you
fucking
had no ID,
dumbass,
but you had
right?
weed on you.
God, what a dip.
You hear that? So he has no ID.
Yeah.
And he has weed in his pocket, right?
Yeah. It was at Newark Airport.
On his person, he has fucking weed.
It's in his
but
pocket.
No ID.
No, he doesn't have his wallet. So is it? I guess I haven't known anybody who's gotten arrested at the airport since 9/11. Is it more like? Did they act like it was an urgent thing? Or
no. Well,
they
the cops were like, they weren't really happy with the fact that they even made a big deal about it. It was a TSA, one of those security guys, saving the world from the fucking potheads.
And they were just kind of like, look,
maybe
we
there
gotta
was
do
some
this.
fucking explosives in my weed or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh my
God,
God.
I don't know. I've been years and years and never got thrown in jail for weed.
Yeah. Well, how was jail?
Just fine.
It was good.
Yeah, it was no problem.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an inconvenience, and I felt bad wasting. It was a waste of their time, really, because I was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Good so far?
What a dolt.
They have to arrest you if you have drugs and no ID.
Yeah.
And he wasn't bluffing because when he got to the building here, I put him in the system and he couldn't get in. Somebody had to go down and talk to him because he couldn't show the building his ID because he didn't have an ID. Where's his
my
ID?
God.
It got stolen. It was in the
he said
wallet.
That was the crazy chick.
that was
drunk
pissing
lady
on
who
the bed.
Pissed on the bed.
Okay. Well, now he ramps up the interview with Sam. He just decided to let it all out, I guess.
Yeah, why not?
Maybe because no one has asked him a question in 10 years. Said, fuck, finally, someone's asking me a question.
I'll answer everything.
I got some shit to say today.
You've been like in the spotlight since '93, pretty
93,
much, when
yeah.
you popped up in WWF. I don't think you weren't using steroids then, were you?
No, we were all getting drug tested.
Yeah.
And it was serious because, Vince had, he was indicted for the distribution of steroids and all that. It was a bullshit charge. It was a fucking witch hunt. And so like we were, I mean, they were ruling with an iron fist. They were trying to catch, I mean, it wasn't even just random drug tests for the PR purposes. They were like testing us one night and then testing us again the next night.
So they wanted.
God forbid they do that.
Yeah. What the fuck are they thinking?
Oh, we're supposed to do our drugs and we keep getting tested.
Yeah, testing. So
they wanted to catch people that say, look, we're catching people.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah. So where was it?
So we were all like, we couldn't smoke weed, couldn't take steroids. But if you had a prescription, you could eat all the fucking pills and drink all the alcohol you wanted.
So is that when the pill thing started?
I mean, I think it's been for, years. And it's not just in wrestling. It's just, You know, I mean, there's a certain mentality of person that ends up being a wrestler.
Wow, this is like
this is like
this
now,
is some good shit.
I was 10 and 12 years old watching these guys wrestle, and now I know they're just sitting there eating. He describes it as eating pills. Like,
yeah, you don't even take them. He's
like they're
eating
Skittles.
pills.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you don't eat Tic Tacs or whatever.
Yeah. He's eating
Imagine if
pills.
you said to someone, "I'm eating Tic Tacs."
You're supposed to swallow a pill
Right.
if you need it.
Right.
Yeah.
Not just sit there eating pills.
Yeah.
Like it's cereal.
This is Sam talking to X-Pac
China
a
knows
mere
what
week
she's
ago.
doing there when she's sucking some dick, though, from this video we're watching.
Well, she's watched a lot of people suck her dick, so she picked up
That's probably it.
a few pointers over the years.
Augie has a big one to choke on. What's he got, 6?
More from X-Pac.
So was there any place that it was easier to do steroids than it was in the, mid-90s WWF?
Well, all the
Like, was it
all the
easier to get away with
WCW
it?
guys were able to.
And because they weren't testing? Or
Right,
Just,
they weren't.
Sure.
No, I mean, I think they had a policy in place.
But they just, whatever.
Yeah, right. I mean, I guess if you say you got arrested,
Uh-huh.
then they would have just cause to test you. But they I mean, Vince stopped testing in like '97
Mm-hmm.
because it was costing an arm and a leg, and
Was he? So everybody in WCW
In his
was using
stupid brain, he's got to think maybe someday, Vince will call me to come back.
I asked him,
What are you doing?
After this, I was like, would you ever return? And he goes, there's no way they would let me back with their whole TV PG and Linda running for office because of the porno movie I was in.
Oh,
So
okay.
what the fuck then?
Yeah, he's going to talk about that in a minute, too. X-Pac.
and all those years there wasn't really that much of a problem. I guess I say that because I didn't have a problem during the Attitude years. I just smoked weed.
Yeah.
So, like, for me, like, I didn't notice.
Did you feel
But
like
other
around
guys-
you there was a lot of steroid use in that time?
Oh, I took steroids then.
Yeah, that's when you started.
I took steroids when I first went to WCW.
Okay. Was that just to bulk up?
Yeah.
Yeah. you didn't want to be the small
Fuck
guy.
yeah, because everybody else was doing it.
Uh-huh.
I mean, and for Vince, a couple guys were doing it and getting away with it because they were smart.
Mm-hmm.
But they were still rolling the dice. They got caught a couple of times.
What about like if you're a more famous guy, like a main event guy? Was it easier to get away with it because they're not going to suspend you because they need you for TV? Or
maybe. I mean, I can see why some people might think that.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, if I can only say maybe to that because fuck it. Yeah, I'm sure of it. You know that? You know what the fuck am I trying to do here? Fucking tiptoe through the tulips.
Yeah.
Wow.
Rules.
He's amazing.
What a fucking expose.
Yeah. He showed up like 20 minutes late, and so I was only going to talk to him for like 10 minutes. And then, thank God, nobody wanted to use that studio because he just kept talking.
What do you think is the motivation behind this?
Nah, he's just out of his
He's
mind.
just stuck in New York.
He's just
bored.
But he's saying shit that, like, no one goes on the record saying.
No, he's a mic right in front of him.
Sam is disarming. He's probably like, this
Yeah,
kid's
look
a
at this
little
kid.
college wrestler.
Little fresh-faced kid.
just a wrestling fan.
Rosy
Just
cheeks. What's
happy to
going to
meet
end up on a
X-Pac.
blog somewhere?
Podcast. I'll talk. for this
Apple
guy.
cheeked little boy of mixed
Podcast.
race.
Does he know where this is going to end up now?
Kind of. I mean, on the radio. The big Sirius XM logos on every mic flag.
Oh, but does he realize, like, that people listen to this show and it ends up on all
Like
the
wrestling fans listen to,
all the
and
blogs
wrestlers listen to this show.
Do they?
If she's
Yeah.
giving him
What
a
wrestlers?
foot job.
Wrestlers I've met, a lot of independent wrestlers I've met, and
Exactly.
older wrestlers know it. I mean, I haven't asked. The
I want to
new
lick
guys.
China's pussy.
Oh, God. No, you just want to, you might as well just suck
No, it's a pussy.
X-Pac's dick.
I don't want to suck his dick. I just want her pussy.
No, that's an awful pussy.
She's a wonderful vagina.
It's awful. There's a penis on it.
I applaud it.
There's a mini penis on it.
There is a fucking penis on her vagina.
She talks about that.
Sucking dick. She's dirty.
Or X-Pac talks about China's.
Of course he does.
But first, one more about steroids and drugs here.
Has weed?
It's helped me, and the positives far outweigh the negatives for me.
Has
talking
it
about
kind
weed.
of ever, when you're celebrating or something, veered? You say, "Well, I'm smoking weed. I can do this," or that doesn't.
No, you know what does that? Alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I drink and get drunk,
That's
I'll
when
do
you're like,
anything. You
whatever.
can put meth, coke, anything.
So maybe the booze is
The booze is the fucking the worst thing going.
Yeah.
I mean,
booze is way more evil than pot,
especially when combined with
way
meth
more.
and
Especially
coke.
since
Way
if you do
more.
it, you start doing coke and meth.
Way more evil.
Wow.
X-Pac likes to party.
X-Pac out of control, I would
Yeah.
say.
going.
Yeah.
I mean, for a lot of people, because it's so right there. You can never totally escape alcohol or
Yeah.
cigarettes because they're everywhere. I think I'm well spoken, fairly. For a pothead. I mean, I'm not stoned in here right now, but I smoked on, the way here.
You still seem to have your senses
Yeah, I'm
about
fine.
you.
I used to do it 15 minutes before I get in the ring.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
And you were always...
All
was there
all
ever,
those matches that people saw me that they said I had a really good match.
Yeah, well, that's why.
In spite of marijuana.
Uh-huh.
Jesus.
So there you have it. If you ever liked a 1-2-3 Kid or X-Pac match, he was stoned while he was doing it.
Fucking stoned.
Yes, he was just high while he was in there.
Makes it easier to take bumps, right?
I guess
You'll
so.
take some harder bumps.
I guess, but it doesn't. It seems like you might jeopardize the safety of the person that
He's
who's-
wrestling.
Yeah.
Where they're counting on you not to break.
Like when somebody's responsible for dropping you on your head
That's what I was gonna
safely.
say, yeah. Make sure you don't break his neck.
You hope they're not under
You
the
gotta do that
influence
just
of
right,
anything.
right?
Yes.
All right, he moves on to China in the sex tape. This is X-Pac talking to Sam about a week ago.
Was she crazy? 'Cause
She was a fucking nut before. She just hit it well.
Okay, so when
and
she was
then-
in WWE,
Yeah.
WWF, dating Hunter and everything, she was still crazy.
Yeah, she just hit it very well.
Because it seemed like when she left the spotlight and nobody was around her, that's when she seemed like she was going crazy. But
Well,
she
yeah,
was always
what
crazy.
it was, she did the Playboy stuff. She got back into the second Playboy shoot, and that's right around the time I got together with her. And she was running
okay.
around with Hef and all the girls. Like they called it. It was before the Girl Next Door stuff. They called it the Party Posse. It was like 7 bitches, and then most of them were. I think they were all blondes.
Uh-huh.
And they were all doing coke, and I mean not all of them, but
Bunch of
all
them.
of a sudden, this girl Joni that I'd known, as a good friend, sober, always sober
Really?
her whole life, is all of a sudden drinking and snorting coke.
After the Playboy thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
And if you got fucking mental problems, that's really gonna make a move.
He is a rip. He's a pisser.
Yeah.
He's just like, he doesn't get
He's like,
doing
fuck it.
coke and fucking.
He probably knows he's going to
Fucking-
die soon, so I might as well get all this on record.
Because I
Wow,
just spent
man.
20 minutes talking about wrestling with him. So I guess he was like, oh, we're just talking about wrestling and talking about whatever. And then he just says that China started doing coke at the
Yeah,
Playboy match. I
coke,
don't know what he's talking about.
Drinking, mental problems.
Wow.
I was at a point in my life where I was pretty pathetic.
Really?
Yeah, and she was very, very had a lot of power and control over me.
Oh, so you were still dating her at the time when the tape came out.
Sex tape.
Well, sort of. No, when we made it,
Right.
we
Oh,
were
okay. So you're
obviously
talking about when you
together.
made it, and she was like,
Yeah,
"Let's make this."
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and she'll try to say, "Oh, it was stolen," and she's such a fucking liar.
She sold it
Of course. Well, we both made money off of it,
Because
but
you
she made
can't-
a lot more than I did.
because it's called China, not One Night in
And
Xbox.
she's the one that I mean, it was like a freak show, and she got so upset at the artwork on the artwork. That's a fucking. That sounds ridiculous. Like, the cover.
The cover of it.
Yeah.
What was she upset about?
The fact that they showed a close up of her clit was fucking monstrous. Did she not know that she had a big clit until that fucking moment?
Is that what you were worried about when the tape
Because
was
I-
coming out? You're like,
I
oh,
could have
everybody's gonna
sworn.
see her monster.
Oh yeah.
Well.
I don't know. I mean, just don't know what she was thinking.
Holy
I love
shit.
this honesty.
Yeah, dude.
Love
He was.
Did she not know she had a giant clit? Oh man!
And then he moved on to some shit that was happening in Mexico.
Oh, this is
This
yeah,
good?
This is good.
All right, almost done.
What is the story with Juventud Guerrera?
Well, I tried to kill my.
Juventud Guerrera is he was in WCW for a while.
Okay.
And he's a Mexican guy. He's in Mexico wrestling. And there's just some internet story. There were rumors about X-Pac trying to kill himself. Juventud Guerrera telling people about it. Him getting mad at him. So I just figured, since X-Pac was being honest, I just let him.
So X-Pac
X-Pac tried to kill himself, didn't want anyone to know about it.
That was the rumor, and so I just
And then
figured.
this wrestler blew up his spot.
Yeah, that was. So I figured I'd get some
Gotcha.
confirmation. What is the story with Juventud Guerrera?
Well, I tried to kill myself.
There you go.
I respect. All right.
Okay.
That's right out there, isn't it?
I was like, okay, how am I going to sort of, goad him into saying
dance
stuff? How am I
around
going?
this.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I just let you talk then.
I respect the honesty. I mean, I hope you're not at that point
No
anymore.
way, man. This was a few years back.
Okay.
Yeah, I hit my girlfriend. Like I swore I'd never hit a woman.
Uh-huh.
And we were like arguing and fighting, and she was hitting me and broke my kid's picture over her knee, and I fucking let her have it, and I was so like overwhelmed with shame, And
Let her
I was
have
fucked up too.
Uh-huh.
So
you had your.
Did that story come out? The let it.
Let
her have
let
it?
her have it.
Kind of, but it was all like sort of internet rumors. There's never any.
I wonder what he did. He must have cracked her right in the fucking mouth.
I just punched her in
Like,
the face.
when you say I let her have it,
Yeah.
that
not-
doesn't mean a belly punch or a bitch slap. That's a closed fist punch to the fucking mouth.
Yeah.
fucked up too.
Uh-huh.
So
you had your emotions.
I was drinking.
flowing?
I was drinking heavy because
And
she
you're
was.
boozing and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, because she wasn't letting me smoke weed, and I hit her, and I went upstairs and I ate a bottle of Valium, like 60 of them.
Jesus
10
Christ.
10.
60 Valium.
I can't even keep up with
the
It's incredible. The life this guy leads still to this day. This
Not-
is crazy.
Not even second guessing himself or pausing.
No, he doesn't care.
And I ate a bottle of Valium, like 60 of them.
Jesus
10
Christ.
10 megs a piece, and I fucking hung myself from the roof.
Wow.
My apartment in Mexico City, and she came up and found me. I was dead. She revived me and saved my life. So Hoovy comes over. Yeah, she's the best, man. She's just the best.
I guess so.
She rules, I guess.
Yeah, she's the best.
At one point, he was feeling so honest. I don't think I have the clip there because there's just so much stuff, but I asked him if he was still in TNA, if he was still doing anything with them, and he just blurts out, yeah, well, I caught hepatitis C. And
what?
Okay.
Oh, wow.
How do you get that?
I don't. You have to do it through like blood
China's
transfusion
needles,
or
right?
sex.
China's fucking big, giant, nasty,
Juicy
hot dog clit.
But that's why he can't wrestle, because like nobody's gonna wrestle a guy who, if he bleeds, becomes a safety issue.
Oh God,
Jesus.
So Hoovy comes over, and like I'm telling him, like, I've known the guy for a long time, and he's my friend, and my eyes are the whites of my eyes are completely blood red.
Mhm.
I look like the devil. And,
because you've just been.
Yeah, and so like I would tell Hoovy and his girlfriend what happened, and my girl was going through some custody issues.
Okay.
With her son. So this stuff getting out in the public really was not good. And
sure, yeah, because
and he tells me, "Oh, don't worry, I won't tell anybody." And he goes on an interview, and without anybody even asking him, he goes, "Oh, did you hear about X-Pac?" And he told the whole fucking story. Well, anyways, my girl ends up losing custody of her son.
Jesus.
And so Hoovy comes,
and now everybody's gonna ask you about something
and I
you probably
go
want
to
to keep private.
Yeah, and I go to rehab in Houston.
Uh-huh.
It was great. I stayed there 4 months, and
Was it WWE funded rehab?
yeah.
that
It was more of a place that would work on your psychological shit.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, I already know about the drug abuse
Yeah.
deal, the addiction
You
stuff.
just
I
need to
needed
get
to
your
work
mind
on the
right.
therapy, on the, like I was sexually abused as a kid.
Really?
Different bullshit. Yeah,
My
it's pretty
God.
much well known now.
Okay. I mean, but now by even more.
So
people,
there's
I
a lot
guess,
of
I don't know.
things that you have to deal with that are the cause, the reason why you want to get fucked up in the first place. So-
Yeah. I had no idea that he was sexually abused as a kid. I don't know what he thinks. Everybody knows this.
You have something in common, at least.
I don't think that's true.
You're the most amazing interviewer ever. You just sit there. You don't have to say anything.
No.
And people just feel compelled to pour shit out.
He's an
to you.
eager-looking boy.
I'm just
Yes.
smiling. You
Yeah.
know, I'm excited
Yeah.
to be there. And they want to,
Certainly are.
they want to live up to my little expectations.
Your boyish expectations.
Yeah. by telling me that one of my favorite wrestlers from when I was a kid is eating 60 pills and was sexually abused and has Hep C.
When he's doing that little X
Suck
thing
it.
on his suck it.
Yeah.
On his fucking cock.
Oh.
He's almost done.
And he hung himself from his ceiling.
Amazing.
Anyways, but I went back to Mexico after I got out, and Hoovy actually, the boss actually down there in Mexico, thought it was a good idea to bring Hoovy in.
After that,
yeah, and I waited, I you know, like I forgive him, especially now.
Yeah,
but
you gotta let it go.
Yeah, but at the same time, he was gonna get some kind of retribution.
And he did, right?
Yeah, I shit in his bag.
That's what I heard.
And everybody, the whole fucking place, the whole locker room was crazy. It was like their fucking team won the Super Bowl.
Because they knew.
And like I shit in his bag while he was in the ring, and as I'm shitting in his bag, the fucking all the guys in the match with him, he was in a 10-man match, and all the guys are beating the fuck out of him for real, like walking up and just punting him in the fucking head.
They knew what you did.
They hated him for their own reasons.
Jesus, he just doesn't make friends.
Oh my God.
He's just getting the shit kicked out of him in the ring.
And he's shitting in his bag.
That's why if you're a wrestler, like, you should really try not to piss everybody off.
No.
Because then they go in the ring with you and they just beat you up for real.
And
They just start
really
punching
beat
you as
you.
hard as they
Right.
can.
You could go, oh, sorry, I missed that one.
Oops. Danny just brought up some great pictures of X-Pac with a bunch of kids.
Hanging with the kids.
And they're doing the suck it X thing with the arms.
There he look at his eyes. Look at his eyes.
He's
Look
so
how
stoned he is. He's got to be in that picture.
Oh, my God.
And finally, one more clip from X-Pac.
Has he ever tried to...
Fuck no.
He just said,
he
"All right."
did get his ass beat though, coming in the back trying to accuse Conan.
Oh, when he got
yeah,
back?
so Conan and this guy Jack Evans are beating Hoovy up. And
Yeah.
everybody's pretending like they're trying to break it up, but they're fucking punching him too.
Just
you
a
know?
locker room brawl, but like a
yeah,
real locker
and there's
room.
like somas falling all over the floor, and people are scattering and jumping, fucking trying to pick up the somas
like poker chips lost at a casino. Everybody's picking up the pills.
Oh, my God. You know what somas are?
No.
They're muscle relaxers.
Oh, God.
They're just pills. They're muscle relaxers.
Wow.
They're pills that I guess a lot of these wrestlers love to indulge in.
There's a little insight into
Look at X-Pac and that
a
little
wrestler's
baby.
life.
Probably punch one of those girls in the face after that.
Wow, I'd love to be a wrestler.
To
To the victors go to spoils.
Yes, there's little kids.
You recognize the
all
blonde
around
on the
them.
left there, Uncle Paul?
Yeah, that's Teddy. That's Teddy and his little brother.
I think they're all girls.
They're not all girls. The one on the other side's the girl. She's kind of tomboyish.
Yeah, a little bit.
She likes to play basketball.
Yeah.
Have her socks taken off.
And you play with their feet.
No, you just coochie coo. You tickle them in a tub.
You're fucking creepy.
Oh, Uncle Paul, my feet are dirty. So you wash them.
Well, that sounds very nice of you.
Get them in a tub. Clean their feet good. Take your shorts off.
Why, to clean their feet?
Let me kiss your toes.
Oh, man. You are really good.
It's more creepy than the bed bugs. It's more creepy than the bed bugs.
Oh, yeah, they all had to stay in my bed because they all had bed bugs in their cribs.
Their cribs.
They said, come in here so there's no bed bugs.
Yeah, good thing, right?
Thank God. Thank God.
Sure.
No bed bugs for the kids, huh?
Yeah. And then them goddamn parents are accusing me of things. Saying, how come he ain't walking right? I don't know. I didn't do nothing. Bunch of lies. Those damn DNA tests. They said my DNA was on the boy's hiney. I don't know what that means.
He gets so creepy and then angry.
He sure does. All right, well, there's your X-Pac interview from Sam from about a week ago.
Wow, Sam.
But he said people were picking up, he said wrestlers were picking up pills like poker chips falling on the floor at a casino and everybody grabbing them. Not chip.
He
He also said that when he was the 1, 2, 3 kid, he was making $150,000 a year, but all his travel expenses had to come out of that. Hotel, airfare.
Oh, really?
You know they make wrestlers work on the road? Like
Yeah.
You have to
you're
tour.
constantly
Yeah,
on the road.
That's why.
That's your money.
You hear it time and time again where they room together in really shitty hotels and motels, and I always wondered why. And
That's what Mick Foley
the
said.
reason. It was Mick Foley,
Yeah.
okay. And that's the reason. You want to save your fucking cash.
Yeah. Mick Foley's very excited about coming in here.
Good.
Except I told him it's October 1st, so
Oh, boy.
we'll see.
Yeah.
You know, Friday.
Yeah, our contract ends after Thursday's show.
Just received a brief update.
Yeah.
A good one.
Okay.
On Greg Giraldo. It just said stable. Doc's hopeful. So I've been getting these little updates from somebody who I guess is close to it. So that's good news. Hopefully Greg is going to be okay. I don't know, but I hope he's okay.
Right. Absolutely. We hope for the best for him.
Yeah.
All right, Sam. So the wrestler death clock went back to 0. We're up to 5 days.
5 days
without
without
a
a
dead
death.
wrestler as we try to get to 100.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
It'll never happen.
I talked to Mr. Kennedy the other day, too. He's
Yeah.
the old WWE guy who told me that Vince McMahon would just, after a wrestler gets to a certain level, he just berates them and makes it so that they have no self-confidence because Mr. Kennedy implied that he doesn't want another situation where The Rock goes out and makes movies and never comes back to WWE.
Oh, shit,
So he
really?
tells people how shitty their promos were and like all
So
this.
Rock ruined it for everybody.
Yeah.
Wow. What's wrong with Vince?
Psychological torture.
Yeah.
Making them pay for their own hotels on the road. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of rotten, right?
I mean, if you make 150,000, but you're traveling, how many 200 shows a year? Maybe
At that point, yeah.
That's going to eat up a lot of your cash.
And airfare and rental cars
Right.
and food, everything.
Right.
They don't get a per diem?
No.
They get some kind of per diem.
They have to.
No, wrestlers are
I'm not taking X-Pac's word. You got to think they do something for these guys.
usually the way they get paid. Wrestlers get a downside guarantee. So this is the minimum amount of money you'll make, and then they get paid per date. So
Wow, that's fucked. It's amazing.
But I love wrestling.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah, Sam still wants to be hired by somebody in wrestling.
They're not going to hire me anymore. I keep airing these terrible
Hey, man, he decided to talk.
blow the lid off interviews.
What are you going to do? All right, we'll break, get into some other shit. Governor Patterson on SNL, showing he has a sense of humor.
They told him that's where he was.
Yeah, this is the Opie and Anthony Show. Damn it.
What the hell is this? Really? Cliff Burton.
He died today, 26 years ago, I think. Yeah. In that bus accident, right?
Yeah. This is drug music. I don't like your drug music.
You don't like this?
Nah, that's pretty cool.
It's all right.
If you're taking drugs.
And we're back with the Opie and Anthony Show. You know, we're what? Over 3 hours into the show?
Yeah.
And we still haven't played the Mike Schmidt clip. And there's a reason to play it today. He's 61 years old.
61 years old.
So we got to give the people out there a Mike Schmidt moment.
Gee, I wonder which moment.
Do we have a Mike Schmidt moment for his birthday? 61 years old today?
Some 18 years ago, I left Dayton, Ohio, with two very bad knees and a dream to become a Major League Baseball player. I thank God the dream came true.
Came true. Came true.
Also, a big happy birthday to Mr. Loaf, 63 years old today.
Meatloaf is 63.
Mr. Loaf, yeah.
What a weirdo.
He was so
what a
fucking
complete
weird.
fucking weirdo.
Weirdest guy we've ever had on the show as far as celebrities go?
One of them.
Who else would you put on the list? I can't even think of anyone off the top of my head.
Perry Farrell was
Oh, he ruled.
like you couldn't
But
even
he was a
talk to
weirdo.
him. You couldn't even relate to one word that came out of his mouth.
That's true.
It was so odd.
Mm-hmm.
Strange people. God, it's amazing they ever get through like signing, like having to sign a record deal or something. It's like, how did he get through that?
Because you know he wanted like some
just aliens and this and that. It's like just Perry. Come on.
As long as you give me a spaceship, I'll sign with your record company.
You'll get a spaceship.
All
yeah,
right.
it's cool.
Right on.
No problem.
What else is going on in the world? Lindsay Lohan back in jail.
Lilo.
Oh no, then she was released on the $300,000
Yeah, she
bail.
got out like eight hours later on a huge bail.
Back to rehab, and now there's some pictures coming out today. I think on TMZ or something that she might have been shot up a little bit.
Might have been booting, shooting up some shit
back in 2007.
What's wrong with her?
But I think it could just
What do
be
you
one of
think
those
it
dumb
is?
photos those stupid broads do.
Nah, what do you think of it? No, she's definitely got fucking problems. You think it's the old man? You think it's that family life with the old man being a douchebag? And
don't fuck with the old man. He knows how to box.
Wait, who'd he beat up?
I think it was Horseshack or something.
Yeah, no.
Who beat the shit out of Horseshack?
I think
Screech beat
the living piss out of Arnold Horseshack.
Just want a little paycheck and a little fun.
Oh, it was great.
He almost fucking died.
And Horseshack
man.
was like, I told him not to hit me in the nose. And his first shot landed on my nose.
You got the pictures of
Like
what he
Bobo.
looked like after that celebrity boxing match? And they're wearing headgear on top of it.
Yeah.
And he was fucking...
Oh, did he cream him?
What happened?
My mic was off.
Sorry.
Yeah. Ron Palillo.
Ron Palillo.
Dustin Diamond.
Dustin.
Oh, look at him.
Taking all that Screech shit out on.
Yeah. This is every bit of Screech jokes. And Ron Palillo is just being punched in the face and trying to hit like a girl. Wow. His headgear is spun around on his head.
That's for every time he had to hear a Mr. Carter. Which Gabe Kaplan wants to get in and hit him too. Travolta, his cock with his face.
Yes. Let's give him a big kiss first. Oh my God.
Just beating the...
Wow. And Palillo's down. Sloppy party bottom.
I don't think he's missed a punch yet.
This is the most mismatched fight. No, they're just stopping it right there. I think his nose is broken. His face looks like he's in a state of shock. And then dumb Screech runs around because he just beat up an old man.
I know, he's acting like he just knocked out fucking Roy Williams Jr.
Yeah, he beat up and he's ready to cry.
Looks like Charlie Watts.
Horseshack is just a wreck. His eye puffed up in a second.
Unbelievable.
That was one of the best celebrity boxing matches ever. And then he started bitching that he said he wasn't going to hit him in the face, but he hit him in the face. Oh, those things. They got rid of those, I guess, huh?
Why?
People are getting fucked up. No one wanted to step up.
No one wanted to do it. Everyone's a fucking pussy now. I wouldn't do that. I don't know how to box. I don't know how to fight. I'm a
I
horrible
took
fighter.
about 4 years of boxing.
No, you didn't.
I did.
You're lying.
No, you did.
No, I can see. Look at his face. Look at his Jimmy. It was his Jimmy face. He was
I
like,
used to
"No,
box.
Oh yeah, chip boxed. I know
So,
that.
I did some karate.
Did you?
Yeah, like the guy would go to throw a punch, I'd be like, just block it.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. They threw me out though because I was just kicking people, you know.
Oh, you were too good.
Gold gloves.
Golden
I was
gloves.
fighting gold gloves. Yeah.
I think it's golden gloves.
Oh, so it changed it. It used to be gold gloves.
Governor Patterson was on SNL.
Yes.
Doing that surprise thing, which is the fake surprise thing. Everyone knows it's happening, except
course.
for the audience.
Everyone knows.
But then the guy has to make believe he was surprised by the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Who's the guy? Fred?
Fred Armisen.
Yeah, he plays Governor Patterson perfectly on SNL. Looks just like him, too, in makeup. It's fucked up.
Yeah, he does a good job.
They did a side-by-side today on TV, and it's the same
Fred
fucking
plays
guy.
the black guys. It's weird. He's white.
Yeah, but he's able to play the black guys.
Obama did Obama, too, right?
I believe so. Yeah. So we got a little audio in case you missed it over the weekend. Governor Patterson, who, of course, is very blind on SNL.
I don't stop the car every time I hear someone honk. True, when honks get loud enough, I know it's time to swerve. But that doesn't stop me from getting behind the wheel.
Stop, stop, stop.
Oh, boy. Woo! Oh, boy. Here comes the real governor. Uh-oh, what's going to happen?
This has gone on long enough.
Governor Patterson.
Yes, Seth, the real deal. Not some cheap imitation, just classic Patterson. So I see you're still sporting the beard.
Yes.
You know, I shaved that off a year ago. Are you blind?
Touche.
It would have been funny if he goes, I'm not blind. You're a blind governor. You can't see good.
Right. It would have been hysterical.
Ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to come here before my time as governor of the great state of New York comes to an end. You know, working in Albany is a lot like watching Saturday Night Live. There's a lot of characters, it's funny for 10 minutes, and then you just want it to go away.
That's pretty funny.
That's pretty good one.
Yeah, very funny. Funny for 10 minutes.
Well, we apologize if we upset you.
That's okay. It happens. I upset everybody all the time myself. It's kind of my thing. But while I have a good sense of humor, jokes that degrade people just for their disabilities are sophomoric and stupid. I have a disability, but for the last 2.5 years, I've seemed to be one of the only people in this country who sees what we need to do. I've kept budgets balanced, I've cut $42 billion off the deficit, and we have never had to pass out IOUs. I'm blind, I'm the governor, and I'm still alive. Now, how much better do you want me to be? Be more funny.
Exactly. How about you look at the cue? Oh,
boy.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Got to memorize his lines.
Cue cards have giant letters.
Cue card guy's exhausted. It's only one letter on every fucking card.
Trying to lift them. Oh, right. See, they're big.
Yeah, big and lots of them.
Well, you got to give it to him. I mean, you know.
What? A dog?
We are really sorry.
You should be sorry.
Shin guards?
You have poked.
What do you have to give to him?
You got to give it to him.
What? Sunglasses, finally? Fucking.
You know, it. Whatever that it thing is.
Sight? You got to give it to him. A cornea.
Are they saying sorry for real?
Nah, I think they'd be, you know.
They keep saying
I'd apologize to it for
We
going
are
over
really sorry.
You should be sorry. You have poked so much fun at me for being blind that I forgot I was black.
Oh, my God. Holy shit.
You know what?
Great line.
Hey, wow.
This guy, how do you not like him a little more for this?
That's great.
It's easy to do when he's got, what, a month and a half left.
I know. He knows he's done.
Whatever it is.
That's great. You see the laugh a racial joke gets?
Well, you see how comfortable everyone is? Like, oh, great, we get to make, laugh at a black joke.
Yes.
Awesome, thank you.
Oh, please let this be a Chevy Chase-like sketch.
Governor, I think I speak for everyone here that will be more respectful of the blind.
Hopefully. Blind Americans are incredibly capable, and we make use of our other senses as well.
So it's true that your other senses are heightened?
Oh, absolutely. For example, my sense of smell tells me that there are 15 people in this audience that are from New Jersey.
Tripped up a little.
Thank you, Governor.
And isn't that Staten Island? Isn't that the Staten Island joke?
Yeah, but Staten Island's a little more local. Jersey is national.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
And Jersey does, stink.
My sense of smell tells me that there are 15 people from New Jersey here.
Yeah.
Ah, see, yeah.
Yeah, his delivery was like, see, Muggsy?
Exactly.
I'm blind. No.
My sense of smell tells me there's 15 more.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we all thought it at
Oh,
the
yeah.
same time in the audience. Okay.
Wow.
Wouldn't it be funny if he just went off-roading? My sense of smell tells me that half of these women are on their periods. It smells like a copper factory in here.
You just start hearing, ooh, mumble, crumbles.
Figured he would just improv a little bit.
Yeah, he's going to improv.
How great would that be?
Did you guys see Boardwalk, what's it called? The
Boardwalk Empire.
Boardwalk Empire?
I hear it's great.
It was really good, man. And there's one scene in there where they show a comedian from the 20s. And he was a white guy, but wearing kind of white face makeup. And he was funny. Like, he was like a song and dance guy.
Yeah.
But he was doing a whole bunch of jokes like that. Whoever played that guy was great. Because he was like, my girl is so dumb, she thought Long Island Sound was a noise. Like, jokes like that, 1920s jokes. And I've been thinking about this guy ever since, like how hard it was to be a comic.
Pretty cool. I was watching that and thinking that was a pretty funny and interesting segment.
My girl is so dumb, and it was just hammering. He was like Rodney in 1920.
Yeah, and people were just dying.
Loving it.
He was killing.
But totally not offensive material. You couldn't do any.
Well, what comedian sounds like that from the cellar?
Dan Annerman.
Yes.
But Dan's very funny.
Yeah.
But if you go to...
But Dan has that delivery, like he's a comedian from another time.
I told you when I did Bert and Dick's story, when me and Louis Black did...
love that short.
It's called Side Splitters.
Love
it's a 20-minute short where Louis and I play two vaudevillian comedians who were too dirty to make it. And I just did an exaggerated impression of Annerman for that. Oh, boy. Like, that was how I was doing Dan. But the guy who played that comedian was fucking... I wish I could remember some of the jokes, because they were actually pretty funny.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Yeah, it was my girl is so dumb. And they were rolling. It was slaughtering.
Is there any tape of these old guys? Now I want to hear some of them.
Some of them.
I know. I would love to
Marx Brothers.
actually hear the real ones.
Marx Brothers movies.
Yeah, they kind of had that whole delivery.
Now I want guys you just don't know of.
A lot of them, they weren't. Don't forget, man, the 20s especially.
I know.
Babe Ruth was playing ball.
Was he?
No TV. I mean...
Dull.
But he was, just wearing... And then later they hear him singing. He was like a guy who did all of it.
Song and dance and comedy, and you had to do a little bit of everything back then.
Yeah, man. What pressure on a comedian, though, in the 20s. Couldn't curse at all.
No. Oh, my God, they would fucking arrest you. Although, and that show, Boardwalk Empire, I like it.
Yeah.
Kind of getting used to it, though.
How many episodes have you seen?
There's a few. I've seen only one.
Okay, me too.
I got to get the other one. Yeah, I got to watch the other one. But it's like, they moved a little fast, that first episode, into the whole prohibition, and then all of a sudden they're already wheeling and dealing, and the cops are onto them already, and, it's like, okay, slow down a little bit. Just a little bit.
Is it a true story or based on a true story?
I think it's, based on what went on back then with organized crime and prohibition.
I said Lucky Louie. Lucky Luciano.
Lucky Louie. Yeah. They got Al Capone in there, and I don't know. It looks like it could be good.
Danny, could you look up old school comedians from like the 20s? They have to be black and white comedians and almost in fast motion. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
I don't know. This might be a tough
The
one.
Marx Brothers.
And not famous guys. I want like kind of those more vaudevillian types.
You'll never find video. There's no video. There's no TV.
When did video start?
Film.
Much later. I think.
How about some film?
Talkies didn't happen until way after that, the 40s.
How far back could we go to check out an old comedian on tape?
When did the Marx Brothers do their films? Anybody know?
That was like 30s.
1928.
Oh,
those are the 30s.
The Talkies?
No, they did them all in 1928.
They had Talkies in the 30s.
What did Groucho had some funny lines. There was one.
Oh yeah.
I forget. I don't know what the situation was, but he's like, I'm trying to defend this woman's honor, which is a lot more than she's done.
Yeah, it's those quick lines that they throw out that would fucking
that stuff's
brilliant.
all right. No. Oh. 1932, we're down to.
What movie's this?
Good, you get a Harpo clip. He doesn't talk.
Exactly.
Oh, fuck.
Horse feathers.
Got really excited.
Find Groucho. There you go. In Horse feathers password scene. Down 2 more. 2 more, I'll beat you with my cock. It's only a minute and a half.
Hey, Baraballi.
What do you want?
Watch the door for a few minutes. And don't let anyone in without the password.
All right, what is it?
Swordfish is the password. Do you understand?
Okay, I got it.
Well, what is it?
Password.
Swordfish! Swordfish!
Right, the swordfish, the swordfish. Piazza muscolo in the room for the faccia di pazza. Who are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Who are you?
I'm fine, too, but you can't come in unless you give the password.
Oh, what is the password?
Oh, no, you got to tell me. Hey, I tell what I do. I give you 3 guesses. It's the name of a fish.
Is it Mary?
That's no fish.
She isn't. Well, she drinks like one. Let me see.
What the hell?
Is it sturgeon?
Hey, you crazy. Sturgeon, he's a doctor who cuts you open when you're sick. Now, I give you one more chance.
I got it.
It's funny. I got a headache, too.
What do you take for a headache?
Well, now, sometimes I take aspirin, and sometimes I take a calomel.
Say, I'd walk a mile for a calomel.
You mean chocolate calomel. I like that, too, but you know, guess it. Hey, what's the matter? You don't understand English? You can't come in here unless you say swordfish. Now, I give you one more guess.
Swordfish. Swordfish. I think I got it. Is it swordfish?
That's it. You guess it.
Pretty good, huh?
Fine. You guess it.
Groucho closes the door in his face.
I want to come in. What's the password? No, you're no fool of me. Swordfish. No, I got tired of that. I changed it.
That's all.
What's the password now? See, I forgot it. I better come outside with you.
They're locked out.
This is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
And that's how it ends.
Yeah, that's all right.
This is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, there's 32.
Sitting there in a movie theater watching this.
Would kill, though. I guarantee you that would get a fucking
they'd be
howling laugh in the...
Fucking howling as a guy is fingering a giant bush. We're going to the theater. They used to wear suits and ties back then. Going to the theater.
Fucking, how hot were they?
It's like a night out.
Sexy, you mean?
It was a big night out.
Sexy.
Gregorio.
Hey, I hear about the hoarder in D.C.
What?
We're all about the hoarders these days.
Oh, I
We're hoarding
get enough of
bullets?
that show. Hoarding them in their head.
Wasn't there a new episode last night?
Oh, I think, yes.
There was?
Not tonight. It's on Mondays.
Okay.
Oh, good. I love that show. New episodes are great.
I can't watch. I watched The Fidgets.
No, you got to watch The Hoarders.
I watched The Fidgets instead. Much better show.
No, Hoarders.
Little people, big world.
Hoarders and I Survived is great, where they show people that should have been dead, people that are throats slit, thrown in the trunk of a car, all that great stuff.
People are saying the only reason you liked the show last night, what is it called, Empire Boardwalk or whatever, was because it was all about the KKK last night.
Well, I didn't see last night's.
Oh, okay. It's like I was.
So I will see that tonight, as a matter of fact.
So you got a D.C. woman evicted from home. She was a hoarder. An eviction in D.C. turned into a bigger job than anyone could have ever expected. They had to get rid of this hoarder, right?
Yes.
The woman being kicked out was a hoarder. What was in her home was enough to fill 10 houses.
Wow.
All
10
of it.
houses?
So they had to evict her for whatever reason. I don't think they evicted her for being a hoarder. I think they found out she was a hoarder after the fact. Yeah, so all the shit in her house could fill up 10 houses. All of it wound up piled up on both sides of her street and a block down another.
Wow.
So they cleared out the whole fucking house with her
and
shit.
it just took up all that space.
All that space. All of these belongs to one woman. She's jobless and was evicted from her 11th Street home for failing to pay rent. And then she goes, I'm not... So they're not throwing this shit out. They took all her shit out of the house because she can't live in that house anymore because she wasn't paying rent.
It's like an eviction. So they evicted her,
but she's now telling the town or whatever that this is her shit and she's not throwing it away. So now the rest of the neighborhood has to deal with her shit that's just piled up and down the block.
You get a
or a block and a half.
Bulldozer and just fucking crush it.
She says, I'm not going to throw it away because I collected this for a long time and it's hard to collect it to throw it away, she said. She says she's been collecting all of her belongings for 15 years to send it to the poor in Venezuela and claims she has sent a container of donations to Latin America before. On Tuesday, when crews showed up, it took more than 10 hours to remove all her belongings. They couldn't even get in the front door of the house.
Of course not.
They made a line down the street. They were passing every little piece by piece until they dug themselves into the house. Wow. So they had to dig themselves into the house, Ant, to finally get in the front door.
Anytime
so they had to make a
orders,
tunnel.
they have to do that.
Crazy bitch.
A Virginia moving company volunteered to take away as much as possible and store it, filling up 3 moving trucks. Was only half of the stuff. Neighbors complained to the city about trash and debris in the backyard and attracting rats and possums.
Get rid of this fucking garbage. Just throw it out.
There's nothing. You don't need anything. Just throw it out. They're crazy people. People judge them like they're fucking regular people that can be dealt with, and they're crazy people. Institutionalize them.
Well, Anthony, we've had mental health services contact her, and they're going to become involved because there are obviously psychological issues here.
Yes, obviously.
She only parted with just a few things and left everything else for now. God is good. He's going to provide me new jobs and new things, she vowed.
But you part with your life, you waste. She's wearing a sombrero.
Is she really? Look at this.
What is this fucking mess wearing a sombrero for?
Didn't pay her rent. I'm not going to throw it away because I collected for a long time and it's hard to collect it. You can throw it away. Diaz says she collected all this to send to the poor in Venezuela, where she's from. How many years have you been collecting this? 15 years.
They couldn't get in the house. From the front door, they made a line down to the street.
That's what Bill Cosby's doing nowadays.
Passing every little piece by piece until they dug themselves into the house.
When we took the corner down here on 11th Street and seen the stuff lined up all the way down the street, and we knew we were getting into something.
For some time, neighbors complained about trash and debris in Diaz's backyard, but no one realized how bad it was inside.
How will all that stuff fit into one house unless it was piped to the ceiling and every crack was filled?
For now, Diaz and another tenant who lived in the townhouse are staying in a shelter, and the city is looking to get help for Diaz.
Obviously, we've also had mental health services contacted, and they're going to become involved because there are obviously psychological issues here.
God is good. He's going to provide me a good job and new things.
Doing what?
Good job and
new things. Diaz was issued a violation back in April for trash and debris piling up in the backyard. We understand she did clean it up then. A Virginia moving company volunteered to take away as much as possible, store it, filling up 3 trucks. That was only half of it. The city
Speedy
agreed to store the rest of the belongings.
Speedy Garbage.
Garbages.
I couldn't get it. Sloppy Gonzalez, much funnier.
I think it's
Pepe my house is Le Pew. Armpits Le Pew.
Why can't we get Matt Roloff on the show? I watched the damn show, Little People, Big World. He's doing a little press in New York. I'd love to talk to the little thing.
Oh, don't say little press. Come on now.
Little press, little thing.
He's a little guy.
Look at the little fellow.
He can just do press.
Love this show. I don't even know why I love the damn show.
Please fall in one of those holes.
It's the final season of the show. He's going to plant himself and hope he fucking grows into it.
Grows a normal size?
A normal size person.
Size where he could have a little dignity.
It's a visual, people.
Oh, God,
it's like they're planting
crutches.
something.
It's a midget with crutches.
Yeah, he's pretty impressive what he's been able to accomplish with his handicaps.
Don't say handicap.
Yes.
He is handicapped.
He's
though,
handy-capable, Opie. Handy-capable.
Well, that explains the littleness of him. But he's got
he
crutches
does have crutches.
I think one of his legs is dead.
Like dead?
Yeah, it's really thin and weird looking and fucking all crooked and shit. One of those type of legs.
Look at him. He's just sitting there, and the people are just looking at him freakishly.
At the end of the interview, they put him in a trash compactor.
Put him in a circus already. Come on.
Guy's an entrepreneur. He's worth a shitload.
Is he really?
He really is, man. He really is. He's sold a lot of pumpkins.
I guess, yeah.
For people like him to live in.
Yeah, fucking hobbit.
He's one of those pumpkin guys.
Is he? Yeah.
But, I mean, it helped that he had a show on TLC or whatever the fuck it's on.
Yeah.
And then the people came to get their pumpkins from his farm. Yeah.
I guess he didn't have any distractions like dating and having fun.
Smiling.
So he could just dedicate himself to working.
Well, in that world, if you're like a little thing,
little person,
when you come across another little thing, you marry them immediately.
Oh, is that it?
That's how it works.
They just get married.
That's what I learned from that
you
show.
You have a vagina. You have a penis. Okay.
That's what I learned from the show because there's not a lot of little things walking around. So as soon as you find one, you marry them immediately.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Not a lot of love going on because you have to marry the first little thing they come across.
Dr.
Look it
Kaku
up,
is
I'm telling
on.
you.
He's on Fox News. Let's see what he's talking about, Dr. Kaku. It's probably the same stuff. Or he was giving them the same shit he's
Wait,
giving.
he's talking about little things?
The same bullshit.
Yes, little.
Like a river. Midgets are. I guess. What is this? UN appoints Earth's first.
What?
First AMB to reach out to aliens.
Maybe that's the midget tie-in. They're going to put a midget in a fucking
Yeah.
capsule because we can afford to lose a few. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's not an emergency.
That's okay.
This is a good way for us to initiate contact with aliens.
Little cookie people.
Like, let's say they were like gingerbread men.
But shorter. And they had their own show. Little crutches.
Hey, you know anything about that little thing world?
Little thing, big world?
Yeah, they also like have conventions and have like orgies and stuff. I learned from that show. Yeah,
midget orgies.
Every year they have like a midget orgy. Well, that's what I see. They do
Danny, find two midgets fucking.
No, come on.
I want to see what that looks like. I was watching this show called what's it called? Pit Boss.
Pit Boss.
It's the one with the midget who goes around trying to save. See, it's easy to find a midget fucking a regular person. Oh, I'm not doubting you.
Also,
I don't doubt Danny.
Also, Jared in Massachusetts don't have time to
Maybe.
go to your phone call. He says Eddie Cantor has great videos online. The great Eddie Cantor.
Oh, Eddie Cantor, like those old comedian things?
Yeah. We'll go back to that in a little bit.
Oh, my God. That was like Fabio Midget. He's got like long hair.
Well, midgets, they...
Wow.
They just like change. They just have different hairstyles.
Looks like lowercase h. Is it like Triple H? Twerpy.
Lowercase h. It does.
If you have long hair, you become like a rocker midget.
You're the
You know what
rock
I mean?
rock and roll midget.
Right. You just change the hairstyles to suit whatever type of midget you want to be.
No videos, Dan?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right, let's look
see
at
I
it.
want to see some videos.
Can you Google humiliated midget? That's got to be fun.
I just find them fucking midgets. Literally fucking midgets. I don't know. I was watching that Pit Boss show there, and I think that's all fake, too. It's all scripted.
Yeah, a lot of those
He
shows.
goes to the door, and, like, this big tough guy with his cigar, and, you know, this big black guy comes to the door, and he's trying to tell him that he's got to get his pit bull spayed or neutered. And the big black guy's like, yeah, fuck you, little wee ass. And then somehow they work it out. It's like, please. That's bullshit.
Pit Boss, he works in a casino?
I know, that's what I thought, but no, he's like the boss of this pit bull thing and this pit bull. I have no idea. He's just a midget, and he's got this other red-headed midget chick and an Asian midget. A bunch of midgets. On the whole show, they run a company that rescues animals.
All right. Let me take this call as Danny finds that video there. Tom in Tampa. Tom.
Hey there, Tam.
What's up, boys?
How are you, buddy?
Hey, Hoo-Hoo was just over there complaining his car is full of bed bugs.
No way.
It's infested.
There might be a bed bug situation. I'm not even going to say a problem, man, because that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is he
I don't
really-
know.
is he-
I haven't seen a bed bug.
Is he really complaining his car has bed bugs in it?
I swear to you.
That's funny.
Yeah, he's over there complaining.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it, so I'm not taking this guy's word for it.
Well, he's not happy about the bed bug situation. Just calling it a situation.
The car's huge.
Actually, the fumigating and bed bug situation. Whether there were bed bugs or not, we don't even know.
We don't know. I never
don't
saw
fucking
one.
know. I didn't see any. I got no bites.
I was too busy outrunning the rats.
Yeah.
See what we do now? Is that okay to joke
So we
about
do
that?
now.
I don't even know. Is it okay to joke about our work environment? Is that okay still?
I wouldn't, guys.
All right, then we better not. Yeah, can we watch Eddie Cantor if we can't watch midgets?
Eddie Cantor
having the sex.
Yeah, I'm sure you find it.
I'm looking for a guy. It's so easy to find like regular midget porn, but like trying to find video of two of them fucking.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I found that still.
All right, we'll get Eddie Cantor.
That's
Then.
like-
Fuck it.
All right.
That's like something I was going to say that would have bombed horribly.
Which would we like? A few moments with Eddie Cantor?
Yes.
A few
Yes.
All right. Oh my God.
It's black and
Here
white.
is
Star
it.
of Kid Boots. Oh.
No, not Kid Boots. It's Kid Boots. That's what they used to call me. I wore boots. Kid Boots.
Why does the graphic have to be up there so long?
People
And then a
didn't
If there was
slow-
going to be no noise.
slow fade. Jesus.
That's gonna be scary.
Oh, there would be noise.
Oh, look how he walks up.
Tips is.
Oh, no, no, lady. No, you're wrong. I'm not Tommy Meehan. Funny how everybody takes me for Tommy Meehan. No, Tommy hasn't got that certain, that I have. But
Okay.
it's a funny thing. For a man that's good looking as I am, I get the homeliest girls. I just canceled a girl of mine, yes. Homely? Oh, you've heard about people's faces being wrinkled? Hers was a court edict. And she had a very, very nice family. Of course, they had a lot of hard luck. Yes, her poor father, he died of throat trouble.
They hung him.
And her brother,
It's a great
Yes.
joke.
chap, but he's gone, poor fella. With good behavior, he ought to be out in 1927 or 8.
These are the jokes the guy was
He used to
using.
work in a bank.
Jeez.
But no
Yeah.
matter how much the boss likes you, you can't work in a bank and bring home
Samples, yeah.
Oh, no. And she was a nice girl. I didn't mind her being homely, but she was so dumb, terribly dumb. Well, she was so dumb, they had to burn down the schoolhouse to get her out of the 2nd grade. Can't beat that.
Look at
Well,
this
enough
guy.
about her. I think I'll recite. That's it. I feel poetical. There was a man who loved the bees.
Hickory
He loved their
dickory
friends.
dock.
He used to sit upon their hives, but they stung him in the end. Thank you. I knew you'd like it. Now I think I'll sing. It's the safest thing for me to do. Mr. Olson, would you play something for Eddie? Do that, will you?
This guy was just doing Eddie Cantor's routine. It's probably supposed to be Eddie Cantor.
Yeah. Is he
I
gonna?
may look simple, but I want you to.
That was
I'm
entertainment.
full of knowledge. I'm right at home with brainy men, and then my wisdom I show.
Who went out for
Clever
this?
girls around, I get up and go. Those educated babies.
This was a movie, man.
I'm going
This
to say
sucked.
many times before.
I wouldn't see this guy.
You might have laughed at that. And again, 1927 or 25.
What made a bad comic?
Yeah. Yeah, what was a bad comedian?
The brainless baby always
Because
keeps it down in the hall. Oh, the dumbbells
his
I
delivery
bet
was kind
have
of.
one beauty prize.
The guy in the movie playing him was better.
Really?
A clever girl will want to know if you mean to wed. The dumb ones never
It looks like smoke on the back of the stage. That's how like choppy the film quality is.
They come,
Yeah.
the better I like them. The dumb ones, the
I'm amazed they have this.
All right, we can't deal.
The dumber
Where
they
did
come,
this
the better
come
I
from?
like them. I like that.
Supposedly we could go back to 1915, some kind of vaudeville link.
Oh wow.
Really?
It was supposed to be Eddie Cantor.
That's kind of interesting, though.
Yeah.
To see what passed as comedy back then.
Yeah, I mean, it was just set up, knock down type of innocent jokes, you know?
Yeah.
Innocent is one way to put it.
Oh, come on. The one joke I loved, he died of throat trouble.
Yeah,
They hung him.
they
That's a
hung
great
him.
joke.
That is good.
Throat trouble. Yeah, that guy was supposed to be Eddie Cantor.
There you go. We figured that out.
Yeah, man, by luck.
I don't know. The CNN anchor thing is kind of being
What
talked
did he
about
do?
today. He admitted that he was touched
Oh, yeah.
Well,
as a kid.
Danny found it.
You got a little what?
2 midgets having sex.
Ugh, they had to go under the midget. You know how low that guy must be on the floor below him? Hairy chest like Paul Stanley.
Got that giant beluga whale head forehead.
That's the Ron Jeremy of midget porn.
Is he?
Yeah, she's sitting on it. It's not that bad, actually.
Squat on that.
That's not
Midget
bad. The whole
cock.
thing is
The
bad.
porn, that's it. Just two like chubby people, it looks like.
Yeah, they look like chubby.
Two fats.
Wow, he can't. Why couldn't he get in there?
Because nature doesn't want them to reproduce.
Oh, my God.
Oh, he's got his little shoes on. Oh, he's got his little sneakers on.
Oh, they made them keep their shoes on because their feet are so heinous.
Big
probably.
calves. That giant couch.
Oh, with his fucking little hands trying to grab her ass.
They're in a Barbie
They
camper.
can barely get him past her hips.
How come it sounds like Seinfeld is going to commercial?
Oh, he's putting his nub fingers on her tits.
He's keeping his rod. She's
Any money
bouncing.
shot?
Yes, their heads both explode.
I want to see where a midget puts cum. In her face?
Yeah, it's probably in the garbage can where it belongs.
Wow, dirty fucking talking midgets. Ouch. Is it hitting the base of her spine? Or I mean, the base of her brain? Or something around the base? Yeah, I'm just flabbergasted. She's really pouncing on it. Well, yeah, you know, they're fucking.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Yes.
Why is she wearing a tiara?
Yes.
To look taller.
His ball's full of whoops-a-daisies. He's got nice big balls, or as they call them, mistake holders. A bunch of error messages shoot out. Bunch of syntax errors.
Blow his freak juice all over her.
Exactly. Oh, you're better off
there
just
you
dumping
go.
kerosene into her vag.
Oh, what a disaster.
Oh, yeah, his little hands.
Yeah, the hands are just the freakiest thing.
Why do they all have cankles?
Yeah.
Tired of midget cankles.
They really are.
He is fucking her well, though.
Look at his arms swinging, though, all stupidly.
Yeah.
Like his sides, all stiff-armed.
You can almost feel his arms going, hee-loodle-loodle-loodle-loodle, making Candyland noises.
Oh. No, now he's doing the arm behind the back professional porn star thing.
Yeah. Putting on his shelf ass.
What's all that shit on her thigh?
I think she's bruised up.
I thought you were going to say in her DNA.
Oh, shit. She was hitting her fucking thighs on a shoebox. Bruised because she's short. Oh,
She
got
can't
like
shave her pussy right because
Yeah,
her
no
little arms don't
kidding,
reach.
No.
It's unkept. Well, how's she supposed to do it? She can't do it.
Yeah. Gotta have this midget guy help her out.
She has to put a razor on the floor and scoot over the dog wiping his hiney. Oh, there she is. She's playing with her pussy. She's holding it open for his midgety wiener. Great music.
They should be struck by lightning before he comes.
They should play circus music while they fuck.
That'd work.
Probably make that happen.
Yeah, I would like that.
We got a few seconds left, I guess.
Yeah, hurry up. He's going to come in 26 seconds.
I don't know. Money shot? All right. That is even better.
All right, this works now.
It's
We
better
watch
if you
this.
can see it.
I
She's
know.
riding him, and now she's sucking his dick. Oh,
here it
oh
comes.
wow.
Whoa.
That midget blasted a load.
Wow, yeah.
Wow.
And he's laughing. It hit him in his face.
God, he fucked. Well, it's not that far. It looks impressive,
That's
but it
true.
actually only traveled 4 inches.
Oh, my God. Look, 20 more midgets just came out of her vagina.
Yeah, it's really funny to listen to.
That completely changes the mood, doesn't it?
Yes, from awful to hysterical.
Look at his dumb arm.
Yeah.
It's going back and
Yeah.
forth.
He is railing her good with his little shoes on.
All right, somehow we got to get that music and the video and post it somewhere. 'cause
That's right.
There's nothing
It's the
funny.
only way to look at it.
And midgets fucking to this music.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
I think
good.
midgets should be forced to carry radios with that song playing on it. So wherever they go, people can be amused instead of horrified.
You imagine having it's the law.
Every time you walk into a room, you have to play a good-natured song so people aren't frightened of you.
Why can't we have one good law? Just
that'd be
one
a
good
great
law
law.
that we could all have fun with.
Oh, no. What the It's a midget dressed like a baby.
Yeah, this is a video I saw. Probably had to be like 10 years ago already, where this midget sneaks into into this house where the babysitter is babysitting a baby, and he takes the baby, like throws it in the garbage, and like gets into the crib.
And the baby clothes and
starts crying for milk. You know?
But he's dressed old school baby.
He was dogging her ass
with the bonnet and all that crap.
Old school.
The full version of this video is somewhere.
She probably doesn't know the difference. She'll probably tell the parents, "Your kid fucked my shitter."
Lovely. Babysitter gets fucked by midget baby. Go chase yourself.
Oh, go
Them
Wendy.
fidgets.
Go Wendy. Go Wendy. Your favorite person's on TV, eh? Come on.
Who, the Wendy Williams or the guy below her who has the same lifestyle as Aunt fucking Bishop?
Oh, hey.
Bishop Long, who is saying that he's going to fight sexual allegations that he lured young boys into sexual liaisons.
Oh, yeah.
Well, why didn't he deny it? Why didn't he deny the charges? He
I
said,
don't have to deny these
He said,
things.
"I'm not going to comment. I'm gonna fight."
I think he is denying it.
Because
He
he's
hasn't.
guilty?
No, people are wondering why he didn't just flat out deny it.
Yeah, he's not really getting up front and...
Nope. He said he's going to
owning
fight
this.
and all that crap.
Getting behind the story.
Is that where the Don Lemon thing comes from? He admits on CNN that he was touched as a kid.
Yes, Don Lemon Party.
Really?
I still have a feeling that those are not the intentions of Bishop. Bishop is known to be a mentor to young men, and I feel that him having interaction with this young man or watching TV with him is nothing. I don't feel that it was anything with a negative intention behind that.
You want me to tell you what got my attention about this, and I've never admitted this on television. Okay. I am a victim of a pedophile when I was a kid, someone who was much older than me. Okay. And those are the things that they do. The language, this doesn't make you gay if you do this. So when someone starts to say that, you start to perk up and go, oh, 4 people have said the same exact story and using the same buzzwords.
Did he get wrestlers' pictures or something like that? For the, Wow. Well, that's something to just blurt out.
And then he continues.
And I'm not saying that the bishop is a pedophile. I'm not saying that the bishop is guilty. But no one is perfect. And so far, you know, I have heard members of the congregation, some people say that, but many people have not even put into their mind the possibility that this man is not perfect, and maybe in some way, even if it wasn't the behavior didn't go as far as what the men are saying, that something there was inappropriate. Kevin, and as I was saying, Kevin, you're older than these guys. I have never admitted that on television. I didn't tell my mom that until I was 30 years old. The things that these young men are talking about, men don't want to, especially African-American men, don't want to talk about those things and don't want to admit them, even if there's money involved, that you may make money off of it.
You're telling the truth, Don, and the truth of the matter is most people don't lie when it comes to this type of thing. That's why it's so very important that the bishop speak out, and the pause and the delay that is taken for him to speak out is really causing more, making it even more troubling.
What do you think, Ant? Guilty or not, this Bishop guy? Let's get into this.
Guilty!
His quote is, "I'm going to fight," but he doesn't say, the allegations are false.
It's guilty.
That's a good point. No one wants to come forward and say that shit.
Yeah, not just African. You don't have to make it about that. No man likes to come forward and say that they were fucking had a wiener in them.
Doesn't matter what color you are. That's where we're all in agreement. No man wants to fucking have to say that ever.
One on the butt.
Not judged by the color of our skin, but by the length of the cock that went in our hiney holes as children.
I have a dream.
I have a dream. Yeah. It's a little long-winded.
It was.
I didn't know where to stop. I should have stopped at opening my mouth.
On your knees at last.
What's up with the gay with some of these preachers? What's that about?
I have seen the penis top.
What's up with the gay?
The gay?
With the preacher thing. There's a few of these out there.
Yeah, it doesn't have, it's not that odd. This shit's been going on for a while.
And he's against homosexuality. That's why I hope he's guilty. I hope he's guilty and he fucking loses everything because he's been preaching about anti-gay marriage and...
I think
he might be doing some things.
There is such a large percentage of guys that if they are super anti-gay, ridiculous anti-gay, they absolutely have these gay feelings. Whether they're gay or not is one thing.
Whether
But
they
I
act
think
on it or not?
Yeah, or even if they are gay, but I think they have these gay thoughts that go through their heads, and they're kind of like, oh shit, that's fucked up. Like, I think there's some kind of gay thing going on there. Because why the fuck would you care so much?
And he wears all this platinum jewelry. It's
Yeah,
like,
and what was with the
ass.
pictures of him fucking posing? Was that him or
I didn't see
the
that.
other guy? Like posing the muscle man pictures, and he's sending pictures to fucking men. I don't know.
All these guys I hate. The black preachers, the white ones, all of them are fucking annoying.
What about the Asian ones?
I never had...
I think they love the cock, too.
Yeah, I really think that so many of them inadvertently get into these professions because they think it will save them. A lot of them, I think, are well-intentioned. Like, they just don't want to be gay. They don't want to have these urges, and they think God will save them if they can get into... Either that or they just think, all these boys running around, I can do what I want.
That's another thing. You know, pedos are known for getting into businesses and situations where they can be around youngsters.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you go into the priesthood, you're around young people. Or at least you could make yourself around young people if you... Oh, look, I'm going to be a great guy and open up a Saturday class for young Christians. And before you know it, that's it. They're all fucking sucking your dick.
I got a technical question when it comes to religion, and I had an Asian priest once, and instead of what's the body of Christ thing about? I forget. Is that when we
communion?
You eat the wafer?
Yeah.
Yes.
Drink my blood, eat my body is what he sacrificed.
So, but this guy said that it was the body of Christ.
How does he do that for?
Well, he's
Can't say
Asian.
Christ.
So he's a priest that
Drink my blood.
yeah, he's a priest that can't say Christ. So I had the body of Christ that day. Is that the same thing? Am I okay?
What kind of priest can you not say Christ?
It's the body of Christ. Said it over and over again. So now I'm thinking that was just a wash. Nothing happened that day.
He probably had one of those.
Religion goes.
He probably had one of those S lisps. The guy. He probably had one of those harsh S. How do they say that? No, like the whistle S's.
The whistle S.
Body of Christ.
No, he had no S. No S whatsoever.
Maybe he took it out because of that. He didn't want to embarrass himself.
It was the body of Christ.
Apostles. Let's say it.
Here is the last supper.
Apostles has got to be real rough.
Yeah,
apostles.
he's whistling Dixie
or something. Yeah, I think it's just they put themselves in that situation.
I bet he's going to change his sermons now to subtly get his agenda in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
And like it says in the book of Paul, a man shall not lay with another man unless they discuss it first. We'll just throw in those little things.
Yes. Make it easier for him.
Yes. Honor thy mother and father, and occasionally take the penis of another man in your mouth. It says it right there in the King James Bible. I penned in the rest.
Yes. He made some margin notes.
Yes. Eat my cock, drink my cum. We've all read the book.
This guy's a hoot.
Yeah, he's just changing it so it doesn't look as, devastating.
Would be a good way for him to combat this.
Yes.
These allegations. The place of homosexuality in the church. Reverend Peter Pearson preaches inclusion.
Yeah, this is a different guy.
Yeah, this is...
But Pastor Eddie Long...
Yeah.
The Lord gave me that last name for a reason. He could have just as easily called me Eddie Wide. It's big, ladies and gentlemen. Put cocoa butter on it. Rub some in your hair, because we always smell like cocoa butter. I don't know why. Good cue an hour later.
Yeah, when it's all done.
As we go to break, organ music for no reason. Speaking of organs, the younger they are, if there's no hair on them, I gotta suck the hair out through the head and pull those follicles out. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
No, there'd be nothing.
Oh, really?
Just 17,000 people staring.
It's like, I don't think this is working for him.
Because the argument he's given is, I am like Davy versus Goliath. He's tall, so he can put it right in my mouth, much like those youngsters did. Can I get an amen? How about a boy? I'd prefer a boy or a few.
Hey, man. You want to do some precarious shit?
Why? What's going on in the wonderful world of progeria?
Well, Barbara Walters talked to some,
I
some
don't
of your
like them.
people.
You can't tell how old they are. I said I'm going to have sex with a 70-year-old man. He said I'm 6 past ready.
It all depends on what time it is. Get it? I age real quick. See, if it's fucking 3 o'clock, I'm 40. By 8, I'm 90. By midnight, I'm dead.
What a horrific fucking disease to have.
I want to. What was Barbara Walters very sweet and kind?
No, she put a W in it. Progeria.
Progeria.
You're like, what? That's not what we called.
We meet the first little freak who likes typical kid stuff.
Well, we all like typical kid stuff, playing softball, going out,
right?
Getting ice cream, breaking our bones by sneezing.
Yes, coffin shopping. That's what we do on Halloween. I went as a cadaver.
People love Holy Jim. She likes typical kid stuff.
What kind of God would allow something that's 5 to look like it's 90? I'm going to fuck it. Can I get an amen?
But doing the kid stuff has horrible effects on her rapidly aging body.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Lindsay has just started first grade, but she's living inside a body that is biologically older than her grandmother.
Shut up.
Although her body is aging, her mind is not.
Well, me and my mom like playing with the ponies.
How about you turn down the sad music so we could hear this?
So you could hear what the little fucker's saying.
Right, Jesus.
Little tyke is trying to talk.
You don't really need to pump up this story by doing the music and all that other crap.
Don't need a goddamn bed for my talking over here, please. Make it like it's a Carbonite ad.
We read books. We play games. Legos, ponies, a drum set, trains, cooking.
Satin pillows.
But all these activities take a toll on Lindsay's body.
Because every time I run, my at recess at school, my muscles hurt.
Do they?
Yes, the leg ones.
Work out, you fucking...
Exactly, lazy.
My leg ones.
Really?
Yes.
We had a pillow
So
fight.
every
My
week,
spine fell
she
out.
goes to the chiropractor for a checkup, cheerfully helping the receptionist find her child.
What? Shouldn't she have recess her entire life? Why would she go to school?
Yeah. Why go to school? You're
Why would
wasting
you
your
do that
fucking
to
time.
yourself?
Yes.
Yeah. Why? Yeah. They don't live very long. What are you gonna do?
Whenever I take a nap at milk time, it's the equivalent of you taking a 6-year nap. It's a really bad Larry Fine impression.
Hey, I'm warning you.
Progeria.
Aging rapidly. 17, 18, 19, 20.
Why would you want to spend time in fucking school? Fuck that. It's not going to do you any good. Just read books.
I was
Read
at a
some books
jungle
at
gym
home.
once. I broke 300 bones.
You think they hire an auctioneer for the birthday party so you can just... What the fuck? Why don't we do 20 birthdays today? What the
Ladies and
fuck?
gentlemen, welcome to Cindy's birthday. Let's light the candles. How many candles? One candle. This is right here. Two candles on the cake. 2 candles on the cake for Cindy's birthday. 2 candles there. Three and a half, 4 candles. 4 candles on the cake. Cindy's 4 years old right now. 4. 2 minutes later, 6 years old. 6 years old, we got 6 candles on the cake. Can she blow it out? I doubt it. 8. We're looking at 8 years old now. 8 years old. Oh my God. Poor little fucker.
Yeah, it stinks.
It sucks. We meet another
They all look the
little
same,
freak
too.
here.
Little alien kids.
Who's not a baby, though, appears to be one.
Some people just go like, baby. Because
Could stupid Barbara Walters slow down the tape so we can hear what these fuckers are saying?
Or turn the music off.
Baby, baby, stick your head in Zyklon B.
Why?
Because they're
What'd
not
she
worth
do to you?
anything.
What did she do to you?
Because they should just be eradicated.
Jesus.
Oh, come on. 1 out of every billion people have it. How many complaints could come in? Oh, God.
That is true.
Hello.
You hear, I didn't appreciate those remarks. I'm a 7, and then line through it. 11, and line through it. By the end of it, it's a 68-year-old person.
Signed, giant light bulb, transparent blue vein head.
Wow.
Oh, my God. Look at that poor kid. Hey, wait. Isn't that our boss?
Oh, God.
Take that.
Oh, my God.
Take that line and enjoy it all day.
Hey, good show today, guys. Could I talk with you for a couple of minutes back here?
About nothing
Got a few
in
things to
particular?
say. Just a couple of things I want to get out of the way. We got any guest pitches today?
some people just go like, baby. Look at that cute baby. I'm just like, I'm not a baby.
Kaylee Halko is 6 years old.
My full name is
7.
Kaylee
8.
Renee Halko. I live in Mount Clover, Ohio.
And though she is only
Not
3
for long.
feet high,
This is how tall I am. I went to London.
This is just
her
sad now.
parents, Tim and Mara,
great.
describe a fearless and larger-than-life personality.
It's Wacko.
That voice is just unbelievable.
She broke her jaw eating a marshmallow.
Oh, God. Damn.
True story. Look it up. I was doing research before the show today. Very
She
sad.
described what it's like to have bones that are like eggshells. She sounds like a lady chip. I'm Barbara Tipperson.
Here's she has to explain this progeria to Barbara Walters, who's seen it all. I guess she's seen it all except for progeria.
Exactly.
Sure.
You have progeria, right? I don't have progeria.
Yep.
You look like you do.
No shit.
Yep, wow. Pretty fucking smart.
How about the kid tells you about progeria and you can describe what married black cock feels like? How about that?
Allegations?
Didn't she say that she banged a senator?
That's why I'm saying allegations.
I think
don't
she
know.
said that.
Okay.
Think.
What's the difference between you and me?
Oh.
Well, I have bald head.
You have
And
a
you have
bald-
hair.
If somebody said to you, Kaylee, what is progeria? What would you say to them?
The difference between you and me.
I knew we were going back there.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
I knew we were going back there. Hold on.
The difference between you and me.
I'll be dead in 2 years, and you have a speech impediment.
Progeria.
Yep.
What's the difference between you and me?
Well, I have bald head.
You have
And
a
you have
bald-
hair.
If somebody said to you, Kaylee, what is progeria? What would you say to them?
Fucking Rob in West Babylon writes, excuse me, Mrs. Walters, I went through puberty while you asked that question.
Yeah, you're wasting my life here.
What is progeria? The kid should spit out a death sentence, stupid. What do you think it is? Benjamin Buttons. You asshole.
Right.
What is it? Look it up. I'm not going to do your research. What's a lisp, Stacy Keachmouth?
I'm not going to waste 7 years of my life to answer that stupid question.
Exactly. What's progeria? How about what's a W or what's an R? Pacino lips.
What would you say to them?
It's a disease.
A disease?
Uh-huh.
I see. But it's a disease that you manage very well, don't you?
Got no choice, cunt.
And what do you hope? What do you hope's going to happen?
A cure? How about that, dummy?
I'm hoping to see Christmas.
By the way, our uteruses are in the same shape. So yours is old.
I hope if I grow hair and
grow hair?
I grow curly hair.
Oh, she wants some short and curlies. She wants curly hair. Ain't gonna happen, kids. Sorry. Got to get a stylist that can comb a vein.
You think she gets?
I'm gonna get some artery extensions on my head.
You think she gets hair and loses hair all on the same day?
Oh, just turns gray like time-lapse photography.
We have to make the jokes, people. I'm sorry. It's either that or cry.
Yeah, you take the sad
I don't
and you mock it.
Yeah.
And you mock it. That's how you get through the day.
We meet Haley, one of the oldest people with progeria.
Oh, yeah.
Guess how old she is?
Wow.
13.
Oldest people.
This is one of the oldest.
Has to be.
Not,
I would say
not going
that's
to find many past this age.
Probably 13, 14.
Yeah.
We met Haley O'Kines on a bright sunny day in spring. She was visiting us from England, intent on the hobby she loves
sunblock on her
most.
head.
Yeah, I've been taking pictures ever since I was little.
To look at this petite fashionista, you'd never know that she's something of a medical miracle. At the age of 12, Haley O'Kines is one of the oldest surviving children with progeria in the world.
I see lots of doctors because I have progeria. Dr. Winkup looks at my heart.
Shut up, you human mayfly.
God cursed her with the British accent, too. Jesus.
See, because they don't live long.
We see, dude. That's why Jimmy threw the mic.
I'm really angry today, by the way.
No.
I just know it's coming in
poor-
fucking 8 minutes.
The poor kids.
Nah, they're not kids.
Now I'm mad. Thanks, Ace.
Well, that's why I'm
forgot.
just angry.
I have to piss badly.
All right, hold on, we're just about done.
I can't wait.
We have one more clip, Jimmy.
Come on, Jimmy, hang out for a little while.
All right.
Haley talks about going into junior high.
Poor Haley.
Oh,
why?
She could talk about it.
Haley defines herself.
That's true.
not
I
by-
talk about flying.
She'll be dead by third period.
Oh, God.
Haley defines herself not by a disease, but as a young girl on the threshold of new adventure, junior high.
Yeah, a 6-foot hole.
It was scary at the beginning. I was so used to being in a little school and it's really big. And then there's me and everyone's like really tall.
And when you think about yourself, do you feel that you look different from the other kids?
Look at me, asshole.
Does that bother you?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Oh, don't
You
be
know,
mean.
I think you look wonderful.
No, you don't.
No, you
No,
don't
you-
think
you
she
don't-
looks
you
wonderful.
really don't.
She looks better than you, Barbara, but...
And you
Yeah.
old cunt, you asked that question because now we'll get serious for a second because you want to get a little
Wanna
emotion
get-
from this
yeah.
stupid 12-year-old that's going to be dead within a year. What a piece of shit Barbara Walters is. You expect it from us, but not her. I'm fucking...
We've been sitting here for 15 minutes on this, and
But you know what?
blurt out what a piece of shit Barbara
But I'll tell you why,
Walters is.
man. Let me
'Cause
explain.
She called her, said she was wonderful.
If you give me a moment, it'll make sense logically.
Oh, I know.
We
It's
know what we are.
Yeah.
But they do the same shit, but make believe they're not doing the same shit as we're doing right now.
We're pieces of shit,
Barbara
and
Walters
we admit it.
asked that question because she wanted a tear coming out from this
Yeah.
dried up fucking thing. Alien thing.
Do you feel...
Listen again.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me go back.
Sometimes.
She didn't ask. She wanted some fucking emotion coming out.
But yourself. Do you feel that you look different from the other kids?
Cry,
Yeah.
cry, cry, cry. Please cry.
Does that bother you?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. You know, I think you look wonderful.
Liar.
Thank you.
She may look different from her classmates, but Haley has all the interests of an average preteen girl. Do you think about boys?
Oh, God.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
She's like, sometimes. Yeah, I think about boys. Great.
Who do you like? String a bell from The Wire. Oh, boo.
Boo.
How about you ask me about more things I'll never have in my life, Barbara?
Yeah.
You fucking
Great.
twat. Let me say hi to Dave in Boston. Dave.
Hey, guys. All she really wants is to marry her high school sweetheart, Alvin.
Your plug.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Alvin's a chipmunk, and they have chipmunk voices.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right, and we got to get out of here because we're going to do something a little different today. We got
now you get the hell out of here.
We got Greg Giraldo's the last time he was on our show.
Yeah,
all queued up and ready to go after the break. Of course, friend of the show, Jim Norton, and everybody knows him very well. Knows him much better than Ant and I do. And obviously, there's a big OD story that's going around. Some saying he tried to kill himself, but now it's coming out it might have been an accidental overdose with prescription drugs. Hearing he's doing better, but not out of the woods yet, I guess, right?
Yeah.
But he is doing a little better. So we're gonna play the last time he was on our show because he talks about all the demons.
Yes.
That he's dealing with.
And we saw that when he was here.
Oh, we saw it firsthand. So we're gonna take a quick break and get into that for everybody. Okay. Cool. And Norton's gonna be Norton had to run out because he's got to take a leak. I don't know. Where is he gonna be? Good Night Charlie's, right? Or Good Night. What is this? Good Night's, Comedy Club in Raleigh, North Carolina, Thursday through Saturday. Okay, I did it right. Go to goodnightscomedy.com for your tickets to see Jim Norton this weekend starting Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. See you guys tomorrow.
Bye.